Let's get nasty on a Monday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 2:04, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Certainly the Cardinals did as they sweep the Reds. And as we do on Mondays here in the Fast Lane, as well as after every Cardinal series in 2026, we do highs and lows. Carey, what was your high?
Obviously, the sweep was outstanding. I say it every week. It feels like every series that ends, I'm thoroughly impressed with Jordan Walker, man. Like I love watching. I'm happy for him. Genuinely happy that he's having the success that he's having now. He's tied his career high in single season home runs, and we got a lot of season left. He did that in his rookie year, 16 home runs right now. He's hitting the ball to the opposite field. He's driving the ball. He hit one so hard. A double so hard, it just was smoked and just kept tailing away from the center fielder. Like, he's a really strong young man, a really good baseball player. And I get excited for success of players that people said a lot of negative things about. People said, oh, he can't, like we're watching the NBA Finals. Jalen Brunson is one of those players as well. Too small, too slow, can't do anything. Why would you pay him this much? The Knicks are dumb. Okay, he's in the NBA Finals, and they're poised to win the championship, if everything goes right. But when you see a young player have the success that he's having, I mean, I get excited for him because this is the player that they told us he was. So no one lied. They told us he was going to be outstanding. It didn't happen in the time frame that most people thought because they think you just warm up the meal and you're ready to roll in 90 seconds and you can eat. And then sometimes meals take a little longer. And this one took a little longer, but those are the better ones. He's prepared. He's doing a great job. And for me, it's just outstanding to watch night in and night out.
Yeah, he's the Cardinals' best player, Jamie.
Yeah, so Jordan Walker, part of this, I guess, high for me is the offense. 22 runs in 3 games. Mm-hmm. And, I don't know if people are talking about it enough yet, but watching Chaim Bloom maneuver here, because it wasn't that long ago, right before he started maneuvering, we talked about 5 through 9. Oh, my God. Epic lows in all the categories and the worst in baseball. And then all of a sudden, things are turning around a little bit. Now you got Velasquez on the roster. Crooks got called up as well. Torres, a part of what's going on here. Nootbaar back in the lineup. So it's gone from that bottomless pit with 5 through 9, which was not good at all, to where now the offense is kind of striking from a lot of different places. Yeah, your big dogs, Jordan Walker being one of them. Alec Burleson continues to hit consistently. Herrera gets on base. But now the lineup has been extended where they can do damage in those bottom slots. And 22 runs in 3 games tells me the offense had a great weekend.
Yeah, no kidding. And you talk about Lars Nootbaar. So Jordan Walker, Carey had brought Jordan Walker up this weekend, 3 hits on Friday, had a homer on Saturday, RBI single and RBI double on Sunday. He's already tied his career high with 16 home runs before the All-Star break. He is, I don't think we're like, forget breakout season. We're now viewing
this is an
Jordan
MVP
Walker as
season.
And he's a foundational piece of the franchise. I mean, I think we're there. Other high, though, is Lars Nootbaar. You had mentioned him, Jamie. He returns and he instantly changes the lineup. Cardinals spent 2 months trying to survive offensively without Nootbaar, and this weekend reminded everyone what the offense could look like when he's healthy. Reached base in his first plate appearance on Friday, drove in a run on Friday, hit the game-winning homer Saturday. Didn't even start that game. He had pinch hit for Pedro Pajes in the 6th inning, winds up hitting the game-winning homer on Saturday, and it gives Oli Marmol lineup flexibility immediately. So it's great. I mean, it goes to show you, all right, or at least it begs the question, how much of the Cardinals' offensive surge is this now sustainable with Lars Nootbaar in this lineup? Marsh, hi.
My high is Hunter Dobbins. Hunter Dobbins was fantastic on Friday. He comes in for Kyle Leahy, pitches 5 innings, no runs, struck out 6. He walked 2, but he has earned himself a spot in the rotation now, and he'll pitch against the Mets coming up here soon. Mm-hmm. But he was a high for me, and this isn't the first time he's come up and essentially filled in to finish a ball game. He did that against the Cubs, where he went 3 2/3, gave up 1 run, struck out 4. But Hunter Dobbins, for me, is pretty. It's just pretty cool to see a guy step up like that and earn himself a spot I think that's awesome, and I'm excited to watch him pitch. I'm excited to watch him start again because we saw him start against the Pirates, and Jamie remembers this. We were watching the game, and I'm like, man, this guy is awesome. And then he ran into some trouble, but since then, he's been great. So that was a high for me this weekend.
How about the bullpen overall? They gave up 1 run in the series. 1. That was it. Soriano gets another big leverage inning Saturday. Even Stanek escaped some trouble yesterday. Riley O'Brien records saves number 16 and number 17. And as you mentioned, with Hunter Dobbins looking sharp, I mean, the bullpen had itself a nice weekend, and we talked a lot about how the bullpen was struggling earlier in the year. Well, we can send some flowers their way. I also love the fact that the Cardinals won 3 different ways. On Friday, they were down 3-0, won 10-3. On Saturday, it was a come-from-behind victory. It's some late-game heroics. And then yesterday, it was a tight game, and they were able to capitalize on the Reds' mistake, and the bullpen closes the door. So they found 3 different ways to win games. They slugged, they rallied, they survived. So that was fun, certainly, over the weekend. Any other highs before we get to some nitpicking lows?
I like McGreevy's game. It's not perfect. It's not like spotless, but 6 innings pitched. Again, 6 innings pitched. Only 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. He just keep steady. I wish we could see more of those types of performances from the starting rotation. Who knows? Maybe we will. Who knows what Dobbins is going to be now that they've declared a 6-man rotation, at least for the short time ahead of us here. But I got to give a couple of flowers to McGreevy. He just kind of keeps going, man.
So it does transition into, if we are going to nitpick, I mean, it's a sweep, so we are nitpicking some of these lows, but it does kind of go right into the first 2 starters. Kyle Leahy.
Why?
Gives up 3 runs in the first. That's
the part that pisses me off the most this year with the Cardinals. When they do have, now they were able to clean it up and win that game, obviously,
right, in
dominating fashion to end it. But when they have their blow up, like Liberatore, McGreevy, Leahy, it's like the first or second inning. But then I think to myself, if this was last year's Cardinals or the year before or even the year before, the game's over.
Yeah, they're not winning.
You have no chance at all. So, yeah, that's a low. You give up runs early. Leahy, not a great start. 3 runs again in the first inning, not great.
And then Liberatore, he allows 5 runs overall. So, it feels nitpicky when they sweep, but the 2 starters before McGreevy weren't great. And the offense of the bullpen covered up.
Marshy, that's my guy. He started riding with me with the Pedro Pages thought process. And I may have to start riding with him on the Nolan Gorman thought process. Last 15 yeah, man.
Just now, Carey. I've had the damn door open for 2 weeks.
But I didn't know what was in there. I didn't want to get in the car and ride with you.
I had candy and everything.
Right, you see, that's why. I don't like candy, Jamie. I want to see what's going on. I didn't know where you were going. You're like, get in. Come on. I'm like, nah, he's
Carey,
weird.
Stop running. I can help you.
Yeah, last 15 games, man, he's batting 067. 007. 0067. I don't know. It's
67.
Not 67.
St. Louis Blues established 1967.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
But that's not good. 3 hits in 45 at bats. Last 7 games, 1 hit and 19 at bats. Now, that 1 hit was a home run, Anthony. So
there is that.
It's tough, man. This is a hell of a stretch for him, and not in a great way.
No.
Yeah, he's finally under the Mendoza line now. Tough look.
Yeah, he's struggling, man. And I understand. I understand Runway. I'm inclined to keep throwing him out there just for kicks and giggles. I don't know, but you have to see better at bats, whether that's walking, hitting the ball the opposite way, better approaches at the plate. Like you have to start seeing something that gives you some form of comfort that things are shifting in a different direction. And it's really rough for him right now. And I feel bad for him because as an athlete, I've been there. Jamie, I know you've been. Confidence is the ultimate. If you don't have confidence, you might as well go pack it up. Because once your confidence leaves you, it's something in your head that it's like the negative thoughts just being reinforced over and you've had success, but those negative thoughts are right there front and center. Every time you strike out, every pitch that fools you, every time you hit a ball into the ground and it's right at a second baseman, you're like, hey, this is never going to end.
You get in your own head to where, like, I can speak from my own experience playing the game of hockey, where you like get a pass like D to D, and you look up the ice and you're like, don't pass the other team. Don't ice the puck. Don't whiff on it.
And then you do all
and you
one
do
of those three
something
things.
stupid with it.
We don't dump the puck here.
Instead of like taking your time and making a nice play, you know, like when you're confident, like you're like, whew, there's like 1 millimeter on each side of like an area. You're like, I can get it through there. Sauce it right through
and
there.
And it works.
And it works.
Yeah.
But when it ain't working, brother, it ain't working.
Yeah.
And that means nothing is working. Like you everything translates. It's like everything is bad.
Yeah.
Hey, it's raining. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, like you don't have any control over the rain.
Of course
man.
it's raining.
Of course it's raining. Man, I got gas in the car. I got to stop now. Like it's
That was me this morning. Of course it's raining. I said last night, I'll fill up the gas tank in the morning. Yeah, now of course it's raining.
I'm telling you, man. Like it
You're
is
right, though.
bad.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can get out of the funk, but man, you got to figure something out.
Well, this is definitely something to keep an eye out on, because Chaim Bloom has shown over the last few weeks that he has no problem making changes, right, to keep this team competitive. So who knows? Who really knows what happens with Nolan Gorman?
Cardinals are 35-28. They're 5 games back of Milwaukee. They're in second place. Winners of 4 straight and 6 of their last 10 overall. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Switching gears, is this the best Stanley Cup final in recent memory? Game 3 was absolutely insane. And the previous 2 games were pretty damn good, too. So we'll break down what we saw on Saturday and look ahead in the Stanley Cup final next on 101 ESPN.
stopped by Slavin. Theodore drive off the back wall, knocked in. Vegas wins in double overtime in one of the most unpredictable, unorthodox games you're going to see. A spectacular evening of hockey ends on an odd goal.
Sean McDonough, ABC, over the weekend, Saturday night to be exact, to see Vegas Golden Knights blow a big lead.
They did it on purpose. They like it's Vegas. They like the show. That's what I was told.
I don't think they did it on purpose.
That's what I was told. My insiders have told me that.
They did, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No lead safe anymore in hockey. Vegas was up 4-0 at home. Stanley Cup Final. Game should have been over. Then Carolina scores 3 goals in 39 seconds. How? Why? How?
Yeah, bad.
4 goals in 1 period, forces overtime. John Tortorella's quote was absolutely fascinating. He said the game has changed so much into where no lead is safe. I guess that's true.
The 4-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in all sports.
I mean, I'd take my chances with it most nights.
Yeah. But
I was just telling Jamie, I absolutely hated how that game ended. Mm-hmm. And he was mentioning that's why he says just put pucks on net. Because good things happen or bad things happen for the opposing teams if you're in the Carolina Hurricane. Like, the way that game ended, I'm like, well, wait, what happened? The puck's in the net? How? Like it just ricochets off the back of the goal, off the goalie's skate.
Off the boards first.
Yeah, boards, back of his skate in the net. And I'm like, that's a horrible way to 2 own goals in that game for the Hurricanes.
Think about that. 2 own goals, and Vegas had 2 disallowed
and 2 disallowed goals, right.
And a penalty shot.
And a penalty shot. Probably the Conn Smythe winner.
He's
Vegas
been playing really
it.
good hockey.
Yeah. I can't play in the big games. Just ask Toronto.
Well, maybe if he scores on that penalty shot, Vegas doesn't blow that game. They don't go to double overtime.
He's got no jam, that guy.
Yeah.
Although he had 3 goals in the game already. I just saying.
He said in his post game that he did not recognize that Carolina had switched goaltenders.
Yeah. So a couple things with that were a little bit alarming to me. One, how do you not notice?
That's what I thought.
Just out of curiosity. Nah.
And different catch, too.
Like, everything's different. 2, how do your teammates not notice, tell you? 3, like, I know ordinarily, like, on a penalty shot, everybody's like, just leave him alone, just leave him alone, just leave him alone. If it's Mitch Marner, I'm not leaving him alone. I'm going to say, hey, dude, I know you got this, but, hey, this guy catches with the other hand, remember? Okay?
Right.
I'd be like, oh, crap, okay, yeah. He does.
Doesn't the goalie coach typically help out with penalty shots or, like, shootout attempts?
Shootout. So Davey Alexander with the Blues is very involved. In fact, we saw Davey on the bench after Steve Ott went down to Coach Springfield. And Davey was there because Davey is really, really amazing at identifying good offensive scoring opportunities. What leads to a scoring opportunity, what leads to a goal scoring chance as well. So it was good for Monty to have him on the bench because he would recognize trends that were happening in the game and things that could help the Blues score more goals. One thing they do have is a scouting report on almost all the goalies, and they will go over it quickly on the bench with an iPad or whatever, just showing, like, hey, this is what this last 2 or 3 shootouts, these are the ones that he got scored on or the ones that he stopped. But in Stanley Cup Final, you're up by, 3 goals at the time?
I think it was 4.
Maybe it was 4. And it's Mitch Marner, who's the hottest scorer in the NHL right now, who has been a scoring guy his whole career. I would have just reminded him, as his teammate, catches with the other hand. The reason that's important is because Mitch Marner is a right-handed shot. And right-handed shot players tend to want to go over the glove a lot. A traditional goaltender catches with their left hand. So usually they come in, they dip the shoulder, they wait for that hand to drop, and they go right up over the hand. Well, it's the other way. That ain't going to work because he's not dipping anything. He's got blocker, shoulder, chest pad, all that in the way. So I would just be like, hey, remember, he catches the other hand. And I'd just get out of the way at that point.
Right.
Brandon Bussey played very well when he came in. I wonder if they stick with him.
So I think that's the question going to Game 4.
I don't think they will.
Okay. So
really?
Nope.
What do you think? Because Anderson, 12 goals allowed in 8 periods this series, pulled after allowing the 4 goals on 16 shots, has looked increasingly uncomfortable against Vegas. You had posed that question
I
going
said
in.
before it started,
You
just
said
saying.
before going in, this guy's not been tested at all. Certainly wasn't tested in the Eastern Conference Finals when Montreal got 2 shots off in the entire series.
And his numbers against heavy traffic are not good.
Yeah.
Like .847 save percentage against teams that crowd the net. Here we are.
So then you got Brandon Bussey, who hadn't played in 53 days,
Yeah.
enters down 4-0, stops Marner on the penalty shot that we just talked about, allows 1 goal in 19 shots, and the 1 goal that, obviously went in.
Wasn't even.
You're getting out of the way, Carey.
Come on, man.
So here's what I think. If I was Rod Brendamore, I would go with Bussey now. Because if you remember a couple of years back, our good buddy, Jim Montgomery, friend of the show, he waited with Boston. Mm-hmm. Swayman was not great. And for the final deciding game, he put Olmark in. Mm-hmm. And the Bruins lost.
That's what the Wild did when the Blues played them in the playoffs when they switched.
Yeah, they did the same thing. They tried to go to Fleury, wasn't it?
Fleury. It was.
It was Talbot. Then they went
and
to
then
Fleury.
Marc-Andre Fleury was they went to him.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. No, it was Game 6.
I
Yeah,
thought you
I
were
thought
like-
you were
questioning
You
us.
were kind of
yeah.
questioning.
Well, I thought it was the other way around, where Fleury started
Maybe.
and Talbot went in Game 6.
I don't know. I'm willing to let it go.
I thought it. Boy, Marsh
You know
is
what?
better
You guys,
at this.
He's way
I was
better.
at the
way
game.
better. He's way better at
I
this
was
than we
calling
are.
the game.
You know what? Why don't I just
thought
look
was
it up?
Fleury, too.
No, don't.
Nah.
Just leave it.
Nah,
let
it's
it
fine.
rest, Marshy.
Yeah. Nobody will
Some
know.
things are better as a mystery. Anyways, if I was coaching the Hurricanes, now is when I would do it.
It was Cam Talbot Game 6.
Yeah, so you were right.
Well, yeah, we were right
said.
by saying you were right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Carey, you had it.
Yeah, I knew it. You didn't ask them.
What did I say? I said Marsh is way better at this stuff than you and I are.
I said immediately. you're
Exactly.
right.
Yeah. So
100%.
Marsh, way to go, and way to go, Jamie and I.
Yeah.
You guys know your stuff.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, we know people.
If not, we know who to go to.
Yeah.
Well, this is a stats and facts show.
Sure is.
For one of us.
And the facts on this one tell me that I would rather make my mistake now with a little bit of time left. Like if Bussey's not the guy, you're like, okay, we'll go back to Anderson. Mm-hmm. But if Anderson's not the guy and you start him and he gets lit up for 2 or 3 or 4, now you're screwed. In my opinion, because Bussey comes in at the end of the game, he's going to try and salvage a game. I guarantee the Vegas Golden Knights don't squander a lead like that ever again, at least in this postseason. And then you got to go back. Now you got to go to the young goalie in a deciding Stanley Cup game. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Rod Brind'Amour's got some decisions to make. I think he will come back with Freddie Anderson based on the fact that all playoffs he's been so good, and we're going to go back to the guy that's got us here, which could be a mistake. Could be.
We'll find out. Game 4 tomorrow night, 6:30 pregame. Puck drop at 7:00.
This Stanley Cup Final has been awesome.
It has been. It has been one of the best that we have seen in quite a while. But I mean, the Oilers and Panthers series
did go 7.
Were great too.
The first year that those two teams played, it went 7. Obviously, the Panthers were up 3-0, and then
Right.
you had that opportunity for a team to come back and win down 3-0.
Yeah.
But all of those games, like some of them were they weren't 1-goal games.
Mm-hmm.
Like all 3 of these games have been 1-goal games. You have 2 overtime games. One of them, which went to double overtime. Like there is just entertainment out the wazoo in this series. And I even said a couple weeks ago, like I'm kind of interested in the NBA Finals, which is just not my sport.
Yeah, Marshy.
Now I'm
you said
like,
you hated hockey.
whoa, what?
Jamie's
Why did I
interested
say that?
in the
Although the
NBA.
NBA Finals have been great.
Jamie loves the NBA Finals.
Yeah, it's riveting.
Yeah, I know. You love that Landry Shamet, too.
What'd you call me?
Yep.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Victor Scott II goes to Memphis. We'll share our thoughts on it. Certainly not surprising, but what does this mean for the young man moving forward? What does it mean for the outfield for the Cardinals right now? It's next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals take down the Reds yesterday. They complete the sweep, and now the Cardinals will have a date with the New York Mets starting tomorrow. 6:10 first pitch with Dustin May on the mound. He'll face off against Freddie Peralta. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have Game 3 of the NBA Finals as the Knicks take on the Spurs. The Knicks up 2-0 in that one. Pregame starts at 6:30. Tip-off is at 7:30. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Lays it down. It's going to be a flip to third. They throw it away. It's down the line. One run scores. Velasquez will stop at third and Victor at second. The Reds throw it away.
Chip Carey over the weekend. One of Victor Scott's highlights, guys. Maybe Victor Scott will have some highlights now in Memphis.
Oh, come on.
Why'd you say one of?
One of. That was one of his. Well, it's not like we heard multiple highlights there.
Oh.
It's one of his highlights.
It sounded,
The way he said it, though.
Yeah.
There's a little stink. There's a little Ryan stink on
In all
that.
fairness, guys, in all fairness, Anthony, in all fairness,
Just sounded.
there's not many others available.
Well,
Jamie?
I think that's what he was implying, and I didn't like it.
Do you want me to try again?
No, not really.
I think you should. Give him another
I'll
chance.
try again.
No, like the last time you tried again, you tried to say the strikeout king, Nolan Gorman, but you said it in like 5 different ways.
It was worse.
And it all sounded the same.
Guys,
But I'm
it's
trying.
Monday. Give him another chance.
Thanks, guys. Jamie, thank you very much. All right, that was one of the only Victor Scott highlights of the season, and now
That's worse.
did I do it
You're
again?
not making it better. You just made it worse.
Okay, one more. Can I get one more try?
Give the guy another chance, man.
One more try. For a guy that's hitting under 200 on the season, that wasn't too bad to contribute.
You are sick. I blame you, Jamie. This is your fault. You egged him on.
What?
You allowed it, and he just
Give it another chance,
You
Gary.
knew
Come
where
on.
it was going, man. It was going downhill
I needed this
fast.
Did I do it again?
I thought you were bang on.
It was worse.
All 3 times.
Thank you.
He got
3 for
progressively.
3. Something Victor Scott had a hard time doing this.
My goodness, man. Progressively worse each time.
All right.
This is a terrible day for him.
You guys
It
are
is.
sick
It
of
is.
it.
You're just making it worse.
Poo-pooing on him.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for him to go down and get better.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we have to look at it as an opportunity for him.
Yeah.
And so does he.
He's got another
You know how many
chance.
times Jamie's been sent down?
Yeah.
You think he had a bad attitude at all of those times?
Some of
Yes.
them. No,
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
No.
Some of them.
I was released on multiple occasions, put on practice squad. I didn't always have the greatest attitude about it.
But
when
you
it was-
turned it around and became a Super Bowl
I
champion.
did do that.
How old is Victor Scott again?
He's like 24.
He's a youngin', man. He's only 25.
Lots of time left.
25 years old.
Lots of time left for a guy with his abilities. That he has.
Absolutely, yes.
He does. The offense certainly has got to find a little bit of a heartbeat at some point. But he tracks down, fly balls in the outfield very well, as good as anybody in the majors. Arms to be desired, but it is what it is. One thing I did see, I believe it was yesterday or maybe the game before. It's all a blur. He went from first to home on a hit. You don't have many guys in your lineup that can do that.
Yeah, you can fly.
He can absolutely fly. So if he can just get right a little bit offensively, he doesn't have to be a silver slugger. Just got to get right a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
So what are we talking about? You've probably seen the news if you haven't. Tamar Shear tweeted out over the weekend that the Cardinals, or yesterday I should say, Cardinals have optioned center fielder Victor Scott to AAA. He did not travel with the team to New York. Scott was batting .194 with 2 home runs, 9 RBI, and a .534 OPS. The subsequent move is expected to be Nathan Church, who comes off the IL, and obviously he'll be the starting center fielder. In all seriousness, when it comes to Victor Scott, look, the offensive numbers just they cratered 194 average, as I mentioned before. WRC plus of 57. 100 is average. As an average player in terms of creating runs for his team. Victor Scott had a 57. His defense has not been anywhere close to what we saw a year ago out of him. And the 9 stolen bases and the ability to steal bases or go from first to third or first to home, that's great. He can't get on base.
Yeah.
He's getting on base at a 276 average. So not necessarily a tough decision. As soon as, or by the way, a surprising one for Chaim Bloom in the front office. As soon as Nathan Church was ready to come back, and we saw that he had a minor league rehab stint a week ago that he started. As soon as he was ready to go and come off the IL, he was going to be inserted into center field. I do hope, because I like Victor Scott. He's an exciting player. When we went to the game a couple weeks back when Ivan Herrera walked it off against Pittsburgh, Victor Scott was the one player I really highlighted for my son Killian, because Killian has got some speed. And I say, hey, look, watch how he, runs. Watch if he does get on base, and I think he did that night. Watch how he goes. He's an exciting player. Right. Your eyes get drawn to him, but you can't hit 194, not have a strong arm, not get on base, and still be a contributor to the team, especially when you've got options.
Yeah, that was kind of, I guess, the writing on the wall, or kind of the conversation that we thought when Lars Nootbaar came back, how would that rotation in the outfield look? What would it look like? Mm-hmm. Jordan Walker has solidified his position in right field, so nobody's moving from there. You automatically assume that Lars is going to be your left fielder, and then center field is where you're trying to find out who's going to play that position every single day. And Victor Scott has struggled at the plate. Nathan Church was doing really well before he got injured. I'm also interested to see, I know you hated Anthony. Maybe you put Lars in center and Nelson Velasquez get some opportunities in left field.
They'll do that to Lars with the injuries he's had. That's a lot more work in center.
I agree.
And Nathan Church was playing an excellent center field.
He did it. But I want to see Nelson bat at times. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. But I think all of those factors played into whether or not you were going to be able to keep Victor Scott on the Major League roster. And him not performing at the level that they needed, he's the one that is the odd man out. And that's how sports work. It's not, you're not picking on a guy, but if you don't perform well enough and other guys are, you're going to lose an opportunity. And hopefully he can go down to Memphis, get right, figure some things out with his swing, get on base, figure out how to get on base.
Yeah.
Because if he's on base, he does create havoc or can create havoc. But finding ways to get on base, I think, is going to be vital for him to make a way back to the league.
So our friend Lisa, who has to be thrilled today hearing the news of Oli Marmol being an all-star. She's also, love you, Lisa. She's not happy that Gorman gets a free pass. Lisa, we talked about this last week. We did. There's nobody imminent to take Nolan Gorman's job at third base right now. Blaze Jordan is not even playing third base in Memphis.
Which tells us what?
But they don't see him as a third baseman.
Thank you.
So therefore, JC, he's not going to take his spot. Like Fermin is probably not the long-term answer. So that's why Nolan Gorman is still on the roster, still getting opportunity. And Nolan Gorman can touch seats. We see it from time to time. And when it happens, it's explosive. Victor Scott, as great as he was in center field defensively, did not have a lot of offensive upside. What's his greatest asset? His speed. It's only useful if you can get on base. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, I in a loose way, I can see why. And Lisa's not the only one that has brought this up with Gorman after Victor Scott was, the news came out. But the two aren't mutually exclusive. It's not like, Victor Scott struggles. You look at who else is struggling. They both go down. Mm-hmm. Like Jamie said, it's a completely different player which plays a completely different position. And if Blaze Jordan isn't playing third base in Memphis, the Cardinals are telling you that they don't feel comfortable with him playing at that level at third base.
Well, once Ramon Urias comes back, maybe then,
yeah.
Yep,
and you're going to be
starts to lose.
Well, Urias was to get an opportunity, but he's seems to be having some injury problems with one arm and now the other arm, and
right.
He's not a young guy anymore either. So you wonder where that goes.
With Victor Scott.
I'm sorry, Marsh. Real quick.
Go.
I want to make this clear. We're not excusing Gorman's play by talking about Victor Scott. Again, they're not mutually exclusive. Sorry, go ahead.
With Victor Scott, if this is who he is, I don't want to say it's his ceiling. I think there is more to give, but Does he fit into the future of this team? Once this team actually becomes a contender, is he a part of that?
Victor Scott?
Yes.
Look, it's up to him now.
Mm-hmm.
If his offense
to him.
changes just slightly to the best, I don't think. I think it has to have a nice uptick to it. He can't be a detriment to you offensively. Like we used to say this about Harrison Bader, even in center field. He just can't hurt you offensively because defensively, he's going to be there for you.
Yeah.
And we say it about Mason Wynn. We've said it since the first day he's been on the Major League roster. Now, he went out in his first season, hit the ball pretty well, better than we expected, but he's not wowing anybody offensively.
Yeah.
But he's not also in the category of, you just expect an out every time. And then he does bring you Gold Glove defense every single day. So he's checking a couple of the boxes, whereas Victor Scott's really only checking one of the boxes.
Well, and you have Nathan Church, right? If they're the same player, but Nathan Church can hit more or hit better, who are you going to go with there?
Right.
And Nathan Church has a better arm.
Yes. So. Church has got the leg up in a couple of different categories.
By the way, Blaze Jordan did play third base Saturday.
Oh, well, that's good.
There we
He
go.
did end up playing third base. Now, I don't know what you want to. I don't know what you want to do with that information.
Well,
but it was Saturday, so it's one game.
Okay, we'll see. Well, then we'll keep our eye on it, and if he does play consistently at third base moving forward, then the conversation opens back up. Certainly.
Well, then at least we'll know what their plan might be. It doesn't mean it's automatic because he may not actually be a third baseman still.
Right. All right. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Can the Spurs dig out a 2-0 hole in the NBA Finals? Might start with how the Knicks possibly have solved Victor Wembanyama. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, I stopped in Mentality today. We go, once a week to talk to the good people and make sure we get our things taken care of and on our program. And it always excites me. It reminds me of how important it is to take care of yourself. One of the things that Mentality has helped me with is making sure that you're on the level that you need to be on. And I'm not 25 anymore. I wish I were, but I'm not. But the Mentality program has definitely given me the energy that I need when I'm done with work. I'm working my son out sometimes. Sometimes I'm getting my workout in if I was unable to get it done in the morning. Sometimes I work out in the morning and then am able to work him out in the evening because I have enough energy to get it done. I'm not drained. And I think that's the most important thing that Mentality has offered both of us.
Yeah, what you're saying, CD, is exactly how I feel. It is about what it does for you personally, and it's not some flash in the pan, workout or diet. This is real medicine. They sit down, they talk to you about how you've been feeling, and then they'll draw your blood. They'll do the blood panel, and then if you are low in testosterone, they'll put you on a program. Make sure you don't have anything else, any other hidden stuff going on medically. And Carey, they redraw your blood every 5 to 10 weeks to make sure you're feeling the way you are. They can up you or go down or whatever. But the bottom line is how are you feeling?
Yep.
And when it comes to, being at your best, what are you doing about it? This is where we are as men, where we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can, right?
Yeah.
So, man, that's what Mentality is there. In fact, 94% of men have renewed energy and focus within 60 days.
Yeah, and they're not some new, trendy, off-the-shelf, solution of the month. They're about real medicine. So you can't make you 25 again, but they can help you feel like you are. If you need to schedule your appointment, reach out to them today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. Get in there. That's Mentality.
Brunson dribbles, pulls up, jump shot, back of the rim, won't go. Wemby the rebound, 12 seconds remaining. Stolen by Brunson and knocked down by Wemby. Brunson will shoot free throws. Fox to Wembanyama, pulls up, jumper, won't go. Rebound taken by Vassell. It's over. It's over.
ABC on the call as the Knicks held on to a Game 2 victory. They are now up 2-0 in the series against the Spurs, and the NBA Finals transitions from San Antonio to Madison Square Garden in New York City tonight for Game 3. 6:30 pregame, tip-off at 7:30. It does look, for all intents and purposes, that the Knicks have solved Wembanyama.
Yeah.
They not stopped him, not contained him, solved him. And that's different. It feels different, especially when compared to how other teams struggled with Wembanyama, including OKC in the Western Conference Finals. Wemby's still impacting games defensively. The Knicks just seem comfortable with the trade-offs. The strategy, I think, has been pretty simple. Get to the paint, force help, spray the ball to the corners. Numbers have been ridiculous. New York is shooting 53.6% on the corner threes in the finals, 15 for 28 from the corners through 2 games. They are essentially weaponizing the one area Wemby can't protect simultaneously. The floor is too big. It reminds me of the spread offense in football, where we're going to completely spread you out defensively, so you have to cover more areas of the grass than just the middle of the field. You're going to have to cover everything. And the Knicks have done this fantastically. The floor, again, like I said before, the floor is too big. Every possession became kind of a choice for Wemby. Protect it. Do I protect the rim? Do I sprint out 22 feet, cover the corner shooter? The Knicks have spent 2 games making him choose wrong.
I think, one, yes, that is accurate 100%. They are knocking down shots. Wemby can't be in all places at all times. He does a great job of protecting the rim, but they're forcing him out of the middle of the paint, and they're dishing it to guys in the corner. Excuse me, and it's easier to knock those shots down from the corner. Also, Karl Anthony Towns is playing Victor Wembanyama in a way that I don't think that Vic has ever experienced. He's being physical, he's up on him, and he's forcing him to play both ends of the court. He's got to guard Karl Anthony Towns outside on the perimeter, and Karl is going around him with ease at times, getting to the rim. OG Anunoby doing the same thing, finishing, dunking the basketball, because if you lay it up, he's going to block it. So I think they're doing a fantastic job of challenging Victor Wembanyama, Mitchell Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby. They're all getting after them. And then they are collectively offensive rebounding. There was one series there where the Knicks had, I think, 3 opportunities. They got 2 offensive rebounds, and then they knocked down a 3. I think it was McBride that knocked it down. And Victor Wembanyama, slammed, through his arm, damn it. That's too many opportunities versus a team that they're playing basketball the right way. They're doing all the minor detailed things. They're sticking to the game plan. They're not allowing Victor Wembanyama any free runs right to the middle of the lane, to the hoop. They're elbowing him. They're hitting him. They're stopping him. And they're putting pressure on the other players to step up and make plays. And they're not there yet. They just aren't. They haven't been able to do it successfully or being able to sustain that effort or that level just yet. And I think it's outstanding. I think Mike Brown is doing a fantastic job of leading this team. And kudos to all the players for buying in and understanding their role. Mikal Bridges understands his role. Josh Hart understands his role. Alvarado, when he comes in, understands his role. Landry Shamet understands his role. These guys are doing a fantastic job of playing the game the right way and really containing Victor Wembanyama. Now, he's probably going to go off at some point, but I still think the Knicks should win.
Yeah, with all that being said, these games have been close, though. We're giving praise to the Knicks for what they've been doing. However, it's not like they're blowing out San Antonio. These are close games.
Sure.
If Wemby doesn't turn that ball over, who knows what happens? Perhaps we go to Madison Square Garden and it's a 1-1 series. On the flip side of things, Jalen Brunson, despite being, just ice in his veins at the end of the game, he has not really been efficient in these 2 games, at least from the field. You look at some of his numbers from the previous series, he's in the 50% in terms of field goal percentage, 28% in game 2, 38.7 in game 1.
Yeah.
but man, he's making the shots when it really counts. We're not really seeing that from San Antonio. So if he ends up going off, like you said, Wemby could go off. Like Jalen Brunson, despite getting 20 points and 30 points respectively, he really hasn't gone off.
No, he hasn't been dominant. You're absolutely right, Marsh. And I think there's two takeaways there. And we'll stick with Brunson first since you brought him up. Brunson has not been dominant by his standards. Completely agree. He shot 7 for 25 in game 2. Knicks won anyways. In some respects, that should terrify the Spurs because all postseason long, that the formula has become, hey, if Brunson's great, New York wins. Well, now we're discovering if Brunson struggles, New York might win anyways.
Still could win.
Yes, Karl Anthony Towns has been phenomenal. Bridges has delivered big shots, and Anunoby has been phenomenal. Shamet has become kind of a flamethrower in some respects. Mitchell Robinson has changed the game defensively. So that's the one part of it.
Right.
New York can win when Brunson's not great. Carey, we talked a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, about the Thunder.
Yeah.
Not having egos. We're seeing that out with the Knicks, too.
100%.
And that's what Jordan Clarkson said after game 2. He said, no egos. And that has become one of the Knicks' identity. So you think about all the sacrifices that the team has been making. Brunson playing off the ball more. Towns becoming a passer. Hart accepting, fewer minutes some nights. There's no egos right now. It doesn't have to be the Brunson show, both on the court or in the minds of the Knicks, and they're winning.
I was looking at. I was also thinking about the Villanova kids, Brunson, Bridges, and Josh Hart. Like those guys all played together, won a championship together, and understand. Like there is something about when especially in basketball. I played growing up playing basketball my entire life. Like when you play with a group of people, you don't have to be the most talented if you understand what that person is going to do in almost every single situation. And I think that has also helped them because they know one another. They know the strengths, they know the weaknesses, they know what each other does well, what they do poorly. And I think that friendship and camaraderie and that team leadership that they have has kind of filtered throughout the entire team. Again, Mike Brown doing it as well. But this is a team that made the Eastern Conference Finals last year, fired their head coach, brought in a head coach that was just fired last year or the year before from the Kings, and now they're in the NBA Finals and they're leading it. It's something about this group that is selfless, that is, we're all about the team. Whatever it takes to win, whoever gets the credit, and we just want to win a championship. And it's really fun to watch because they are playing at an elite level right now, and it's been outstanding.
I have to imagine as a New York fan, though, if they lose this game because of the history of the Knicks, it's been a minute since they've been in the NBA Finals. I got to imagine it if they let Wemby get a win, especially on their home court with all the chaos that is surrounding Game 3. Like, you guys, as a Knicks fan, you got to be like, oh, boy.
Yeah, this becomes such a massive game even beyond the fact that it's game 3 of the NBA Finals for both sides. If the Spurs lose, the Knicks will not lose 4 straight games.
No.
So this tonight becomes massive for them. But like you said, if the Knicks lose tonight, if the Knicks win tonight but lose game 4, they're still we got a big lead here. If they lose tonight, it's 2-1. Spurs have the momentum, and they're like, home court has not mattered. Look at us. We lost our 2 games at home. If we can even this thing, brand new series. And you're right, the seed of doubt has been planted then. So tonight, huge. Game 3, Knicks, Spurs, pregame 6:30. Tip-off at 7:30. You can listen to it right here on 101 ESPN. Has Chaim Bloom pressed all the right buttons since taking over as POBO? Hard to argue against that point, but we'll get into it next on 101 ESPN. Hey, this month at Auto Centers Nissan, we're talking about great deals, great savings, and a massive selection. At Auto Centers Nissan, they've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles in one location. They're right off I-55 in Herculean, Missouri, just minutes from South County. And that means more choices, more deals, and more ways to find the right vehicle without running all over St. Louis. What you see at AutoCentersNissan.com is what you'll find at the dealership when you go to visit them in Herculaneum. Right now, new Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, Murano, and Frontier models are available with 0% APR for 60 months. I'm in a brand new Nissan Pathfinder. Love it. Love the third row. I love the technology that they have. I love the fact that it's easy in and out, and we still got plenty of space, even with that third row. We can move the seats down and things like that. And we've got plenty of space for the kids' sporting equipment, or if we're going out of town, got plenty of space. And every new Nissan also includes that 30-day return promise. So if you're not completely satisfied with that Pathfinder, that Murano, that Nissan Rogue, you can bring it back to Auto Centers Nissan. They'll give you a full refund and set you up with something else that you do like. Plus, qualified shoppers can take advantage of no payments for up to 6 months with no money down payment needed. And if you're looking for used, Auto Centers Nissan is one of the largest used vehicle selections in one location with prices marked down significantly. Select used vehicles are also available with no money down and no payments for 3 months. Auto Centers Nissan right off I-55 in Herculaneum, Missouri. Shop now at AutoCentersNissan.com. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Has Chaim Bloom pressed all the right buttons since taking over as the president of baseball operations? It's hard to find any faults thus far in his game, so to speak. If we do, or if you do point some things out, I'm sure people will, you feel like nitpicking at this point. So Josh Jacobs, who writes for MLB.com and Redbird Rants, notes on X, Pages has a reduced role. Crooks is starting. Victor Scott II demoted. Dobbins has an increased role, and now we'll see him join the starting rotation at some point in the next week. Torres sticking on the roster. Sajasi sent down. Chaim has gotten a lot of flack for being too patient or stubborn, but he's already pulled the trigger on a lot of shifts. Nice to see another. Again, that was Josh Jacobs who tweeted that out, which again leads us into the question of, is Chaim Bloom pulling all the right levers here? Is he making the right decisions? Is he keeping his word when it comes to the rebuild? I know some people want to see. I know a lot of people want to see Blaze Jordan and Joshua Byes come up, but anytime there's a move that has needed to be made, I feel like Chaim Bloom has made it. Might not be the way the as fast as some people want it, but he has made those decisions and he has stuck to his word that he's going to make some big changes. Or he's going to make changes. Period.
Your Cardinals are sitting in second place in the Central Division. I believe they're the first wild card team.
Mm-hmm.
What can you possibly be frustrated with right now? Had he not made any moves and did the old, like, well, we're just going to ride it out. Yeah, we'll see. Then I could see the frustration. But that's a significant amount of changes. Now, they're not like like massive things, but Jimmy Crooks was the name you wanted to see in the majors. He's here. He hasn't been stellar. He's learning. He's figuring things out, but he's here. He's contributing. Velasquez contributed immediately, and he's also continued to contribute. So a couple of names you wanted to see up here, they are here. J.J. Weatherholt, everybody wanted him up here to start the season. He did, and he's contributing on a daily basis. Nathan Church worked his way back into the fold. Victor Scott was not playing to his abilities, at least offensively, so now they're making that change. Sajasi was up, down, all around. Chaim Bloom has not just sat back in his office and just watched the Cardinals because, well, the plan is we're just going to ride it out.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to let the kids play and see what happens. Well, he's letting a lot of different kids play right now while still adhering to the fact that this team is a winning baseball team right now. Whether he expected it or not, he is running this team like it is a winning baseball team that is also focused on developing young talent, but not at the cost of just letting them sit there and sink the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I like what he's been doing.
Yeah, I think they've done a fantastic job. And if I told you that June 8th, the Cardinals would be the fourth best team in the National League, what would you say?
I'd say you're drunk.
Yeah.
Probably. And that's where the
I'd
Cardinals
say,
are.
how did we go to the future, gentlemen?
Yeah.
They are.
Is time travel a thing?
They're behind the Atlanta Braves, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Milwaukee Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they sit right now. And they're doing a fantastic job. Oli Marmol has done a fantastic job. The players have played their butts off. They're fun to watch. They're a young, exciting team. They are still some really good pitching away from being, a playoff contender and making some noise in the playoffs. But enjoy this. And I do think Chaim Bloom has done everything. I think he's allowed it to come to him organically, like as it has taken place throughout the entire season. He's watching, paying attention, and when a move needs to be made, okay, let's make that move. But it's not we got to make it to the playoffs, so I need to make this move right now. Mm-hmm. If that were the case, they would be moving, shopping, trying to bring in some more pitching at this point. And I don't think that they're in that position where they feel like this is a move. We're the fourth best team in the National League right now, and we're not even close. I don't even think they're scratching the surface as to what they're going to be in a year or two. Mm-hmm. So for me, I think Chaim has done a fantastic job. I think Oli has done a fantastic job. I think the whole organization has done outstanding this season, players included, and people that are, working in the offices. Everyone's doing their job at an elite level right now.
And the thing to remember, too, I think with development and what Chaim Bloom's trying to do here, along with Oli Marmol and the rest of the front office, is you can't just continue to make change. Like, you can't be so triggered all the time that after one bad week, you're moving guys around. You're doing it. Because baseball is a really funny sport that way. You're going to have your lulls as a player. No matter what player it is, unless, even Shohei Ohtani had a little bit of a lull at the start of the season. Mm-hmm. He's kind of found his form since then. But my point is that you're going to feel it. You don't have a Shohei Ohtani on your team. Mm-hmm. I wish we did, but we don't. So you got to have a little bit of patience, as much as we hate that word. Well, I'll call it discipline. How about that? You have to have more managerial and presidential discipline when it comes to some of these players, instead of just making changes because you want to pivot. We need offense. Call this. We need defense. Oh, the pitching sucks. Call this guy up.
Yeah.
You got to kind of let things work out a little bit before you really know what you have and what you really need.
Certainly.
Well, I think what's nice is that, Chaim Bloom said before the season started, while this is a rebuild of sorts or a build, we're looking to the future, like this 2026 team is going to be competitive. Now, I think probably a lot of people heard that and were like, oh, okay.
Right.
Like, we'll see about that. But that's exactly what is happening. He is somehow keeping this team competitive with the moves that are being made that doesn't ultimately affect your future. Like for a negative reasons.
Right.
Only positive reasons. Like other people within the organization are getting their chance to show up and show out. And they haven't really done anything externally to bring anybody in or whatever. I know it's the trade deadline's a month or so away. But like, he is keeping his word. And I think that goes a long way with fans because the previous regime, that just didn't feel that way. Like, you would say one thing, but, like, the actions didn't really support that. And I think he is proactive and not reactive.
Yeah. It kind of goes into what Jamie just said about finding the right balance between knowing when a move needs to be made, not waiting too long, and not pulling that lever too quickly. So I think Chaim Bloom has really threaded the needle very well here, and he is being rewarded for his sound decision-making by the Cardinals being a hell of a lot better than we thought.
Well, even go back to last year, I feel like Hunter Dobbins is in the exact same situation as Michael McGreevy, where you would bring him up, he would do a little spot start, and then they'd send him back down. Now, they did do that the first time when he pitched against Pittsburgh. They sent him back down, but they brought him back up, and he's here because he deserves to be here. And instead of throwing out Eric Fetty and Miles Michaelis and just keep doing that, they're bringing him into the rotation because they know he has good stuff.
Yeah.
And he's helping the team.
Yep.
That's the difference.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Chaim Bloom does at the trade deadline, even if it's just a couple of smaller moves to either add or either add to the big league roster now or add to the minor league depth. Either way, it's going to be interesting to watch him operate because he has made shrewd move after shrewd move since becoming the president of baseball operations for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and I will be very interested to see if the Cardinals are literally in the same spot that they are right now. That makes you a contender. It just does. You may not think it because you look at the Dodgers roster, the Phillies roster, the Braves roster, but you're right there with a little bit of luck. Things like so. It'll be interesting to see the discipline he has in that moment, or if he says, "Screw it, we can afford to get rid of a couple of these young guys because we have two other guys or another guy that we see ahead of him, and then go get that pitching or go get whatever you need and see if they make a little bit of a run at it." I don't think he's going to empty the cupboards. He better not.
No.
Because then you'll be no further. And if you don't win it, you're in a tough spot then.
Some trouble. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. On Friday after the show, Andy Strickland reported on X that Robert Thomas, the trade rumors can be put to rest. The Blues are not looking to move their number one center. Expect Thomas to be on the roster when training camp begins in September. Not surprising, but I do think it's worth a conversation to talk about the fact that, all right, now we know, look, Robert Thomas isn't going anywhere, and how can the Blues support him for next season? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Selling your home is stressful. I know. I've done it many, many times. And right now with the market where it's at, interest rates, I mean, you just never know how long you could sit out there on the market, especially if you price your home wrong. That's why you need to give my friend Gloria Liu a call with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Look, Gloria has been in the business for over 20 years here in the St. Louis area, St. Charles, I mean, you name it, the outskirts. She knows what's going on. She understands that every zip code carries a bit of a different price, different expectation. So therefore, you have to price your home accordingly. Well, Gloria Liu comes over, she sits with you, talks to you. We'll price your home accordingly in order to sell it quickly, but also sell it for the most money possible. And that's where people make a lot of mistakes. Sometimes they get a little greedy or they undersell their home and leave money on the table. Gloria Liu's job is to tell you exactly what she thinks she can get your home sold for and then do that for you and get you to the closing table. But you do have to call her. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888 or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Andy Strickland on X reported on Friday.
Strick
Nasty reported on, it was right after our show on Friday. On X, that Robert Thomas, the trade rumors can be put to rest. The Blues are not looking to move their number one center. And we can expect Thomas to be on the roster when training camp begins in September. And Jamie, it's certainly not shocking at all. I feel as though that you have often talked about this in regards to Robert Thomas. But, what does keeping Robert Thomas indicate to the rest of the roster, and what is the front office signaling here that they could do to support Thomas heading into next season?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they'll do to support him based on the fact that they're still in the middle of this retool, but it's just an indication of he's under contract. You signed him to an 8-year extension at $8.125 million a year. You had every intention on keeping this player because you believed in him. And when Robert Thomas plays the way Robert Thomas can, he's a very solid two-way center. I'm not going to say he's elite because he's never hit that 85 to 90 point range. It doesn't mean he can't. What is a season? What does an 82 or 84 game season now mean if he's got Holloway and Snuggerud on his line for the entire season? What does it mean if they have a power play that's better than bottom of the league? Let's say it's in the top 15 of the NHL. Things change. All of a sudden, he's an 80 to a 90 point guy, and you've got your number one center. He is your number one center on your team. Is he a number one center in the NHL? Some teams. But when you go through the contending teams, he's probably not the number one center. I mean, if you just look at right now, the two teams are in the Stanley Cup Final, he would not be the number one center on either of those teams. But he'd certainly be a great number two slot. But what you want ultimately is for Robert Thomas to make those next steps and to reach that next level and become that guy, undoubtedly, that is your number one center iceman.
I think it's hard to not envision him having a great season when he is plopped in between Dylan Holloway and Jimmy Snuggerud, especially if they can do what they did, recreate what they did at the end of last season. I have to assume that Robert Thomas will eventually get to that we're looking for 90 points.
I think 85 to 90 points. Anytime you're over a point a game, like if he plays all 84 games and he gets 85 to 90 points, that is a great season.
Now, could you say that he has a few excuses the last few years with the people that he has played with?
No, I don't think he has any excuse last
year.
Okay. I don't, unfortunately. The reason I say that is because he ended the season on fire. Had a great playoff against Winnipeg. So all indications were that he should be able to pick up where he left off. Now, did he have some challenges as to what line mates could be in it? There are. But Robert Thomas himself was a challenge for a while. He was not making good puck decisions, wasn't playing with speed, didn't play with confidence, wasn't shooting the puck. Certainly we saw a number of body language things that happened with him, frustration. So I guess the excuse could be, well, he wasn't healthy. Okay, well, we said the same thing the year before because he had the Four Nations break the year before to clean up some things, came back, played very well. This year through the Olympics, he cleaned up some things, came back. If I'm the Blues, before he left to go play in the World Championships, before he left, I'd be damn sure, are you 100% healthy right now? And then following the World Championships, the moment he gets home, have him go get checked out or have him fly here, get checked out by all your doctors. Are you okay? Head to toe. Give me an MRI. Let's take in the whole thing. Let's make sure you are able to train and get ready for next season being healthy so that we start the season on the right foot.
Let's say that he's healthy. Let's say that first line is doing what they did at the end of last season. Is that enough for the Blues with how their roster is constructed right now? Who knows what happens in the offseason with the draft and free agency and whatnot, maybe a trade, who knows? Is that enough to be a playoff team next year?
Such a hypothetical, right? Who knows? Robert Thomas, that line might be great, and then they have no secondary scoring.
Right.
And then you find yourself, outside the dance once again. If you look at the standings this year, they found themselves how far out of the dance? 3-4 points, I think is what it was.
Yeah, not too many points.
So 86 points, 92 got you in. So 6 points, 7 points. No, actually, that's not true. 4 points kept you out. Could you be 4 points better?
I think so.
Probably.
I mean, think of all the games that they gave away at the end of regulation. Think about all the overtime games that they did not win at the beginning of the season.
But there's a reason they didn't.
100%.
And
100%.
Can you fix that reason? What is the reason? I don't know.
I would like to think that they could, but I also went into this previous season thinking that they would take that next step. So I really don't know what my expectations are for this team heading into next season.
For me, to be safe, I would say let's have the same expectations as we had for the Cardinals.
I agree.
Because we really don't know what they're going to be. Last year, I felt like they thought internally and externally, a lot of people thought they were ready for that playoff push. Like they're ready to be a perennial playoff team. We fast forward. The whatever is over. And I know Army's going to hate hearing that for probably the rest of time. Because when he declared that, everybody thought, okay, here we go.
Right.
But it wasn't over. You saw some of the maturation that didn't stick. Some of the development didn't continue. And so you took a couple of steps back as well through your development and your team. Look, it's very unpredictable because Holloway's had injury problems. Thomas has injury problems. Snuggie got hurt last year. I don't think he's got injury problems, but he got hurt last year. You have these things that happen. So for me to say, well, I think they're a playoff team, I've just learned over the 30 years of being around this league that, like, that's just tough to say that. It's tough. But I do like the team, and I think Steiner's going to add to this team. What he adds, it might even just be youth that gets added. And sometimes that youth is what you need. And then maybe he does a Chaim Bloom to where the youth is inserted for a little while and starts to taper off, send him down, call somebody fresh up, and just kind of keep manipulating your roster to kind of fill the void wherever you need.
It's crazy moving forward here too. When you look at the last 2 years and where the Blues were at the end of that Winnipeg series and where they finished up last year, and it does feel as though that, like, we're back to this rebuild thing when that rebuild should have been over.
Well, we thought that.
So, but they said it.
They said it too. They thought that too.
Yeah.
But
so let's be fair.
It clearly wasn't. And I think what last year did is show you exactly just how far you are. I don't mean like miles. You could be, 2 steps away from where you need to be.
Sure.
It doesn't have to be 100, but you're not where you need to be yet.
Right.
I think the second line center is a massive void for this team right now. I don't know if internally they have it yet. I do know that Juracek is going to push big time out of training camp to be in the top 6 defensemen. That's great. Lindstein's going to be pushing big time as well. So your back end and your goalies will probably be an area of strength for you, which is very good. And now you've got Thomas, Snuggie, Holloway. We're hoping, hey, it's going to be awesome because we thought, hey, Shen, Kyrou, and Holloway, we're going to redo that again. Run it back, boys. Didn't work. So it's tough.
Doesn't it feel like they've been looking for a second line center for, I don't know, since Ryan O'Reilly?
Yeah.
But, like, who?
But that's part of the rebuild.
Yeah, but you would like to think that there would be somebody internally that would take that next step.
Well, they're trying.
Is it Dalibor Dvorsky? I don't think so. At least from what I've seen.
The way he plays the game, he could, with the right pieces, could potentially be. I keep calling him Paul Stastny. And if you look at Paul Stastny's numbers, it's like right in and around what I think Dalibor Dvorsky will be. Now, the caveat is Paul Stastny is maybe one of the smartest players I've ever seen play in the NHL as far as hockey IQ is concerned. Not saying that Dalibor's not smart.
But that goes a long way.
Yeah, it does.
Especially as a centerman.
And when you're not as fast as you need to be, you're not as big as you would like to be, Paul Stastny found ways to make a difference every single game. Where Dalibor, but listen, last year was Dalibor's first full season in the NHL.
Yeah, it was, which sometimes even I forget.
Let's sprinkle a little water on him, let him grow a little bit,
Well, I think you look at Jimmy Snuggerud in his first full season, and you're like, whoa.
But how old is Snuggie?
He's older than Dalibor, that's for sure.
I think he's 3 years older than him, maybe 2 years for sure.
And he played college hockey.
Yeah, which is against bigger, stronger guys, sometimes 24, 25-year-old guys, even 26 sometimes, depending on when they start playing college.
Well, I just wonder.
Face of Jamie Rivers.
I just wonder if the Blues can truly get out of whatever they're in right now until they find a second-line center. Like, can they truly be competitive until they have a bona fide second-line center?
But what they need to do is fill the void at second-line center with somebody who can, like Pius Suter, I think, was what they thought, and maybe he will be this year. because he finished the season pretty good for the Blues. They need a very intelligent center iceman there. Jake Neighbors, let's remember something about Jake that I haven't talked about because it's really, I don't think it's anybody's business, but I'm going to air it out there anyways. Jake went through some really tough times this year off the ice. He had a number of people that were very important in his life pass away. And he had to battle through that early in training camp. He had someone pass away. Then he had one of his best friends pass away. Like, he dealt with a lot of things off the ice, yet you still saw a hard effort from him every night. Was the production where he wanted it to be? No. Did he go through some patches that weren't great? Yes. But I'm expecting a better version of Jake Neighbors, not to his fault at all, to be clear. But I think he's going to spend the summer away talking to him. He really wants to get his head screwed on straight, wants to train hard, wants to come back, have a great season. If Jordan Kyrou is sick of hearing his name in trade rumors, and who knows where that ends up. We're not at training camp yet. Still a lot of time left. But if he's sick of hearing his name out there, let's see what he comes back and does. If Jake Neighbors can get to that 50 points, 25 goals, 50 points, Kyrou can get to that 60, 70 points, Pius Suter might be good enough to give you what you, let's not forget, Pius scored, 25 goals the year before in Vancouver?
Yeah, that's why they brought him in.
So it's not like offense eludes him. It's just last year, for whatever reason, the combination of things that happened, it took him time to get going.
Yeah. All right, that's Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. It's Fast Line on 101 ESPN. Speaking of Marsh, he's got what's trending for you next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals sweep the Reds over the weekend. They have today off and will take on the New York Mets tomorrow with Dustin May on the mound. He'll face off against Freddie Peralta. First pitch is at 6:10. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks lead the San Antonio Spurs 2-0 in that series. Tip-off is at 7:30 with the pregame starting at 6:30. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it is time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, it happened again. The Battlehawks lose in the playoffs once again, this time to the Louisville Kings. Final score, 29 in favor of the Kings over the Battlehawks, 29-20. Battlehawks could not get it done in the playoffs yet again. Thoughts from the weekend and this season as a whole? Me.
I don't know. I don't know if I expected them to do much this year. Watching them all season long, or whatever, just paying attention to what's going on, it never felt like they were going to be the team. I feel like in years past, we felt like, yeah, this is going to be a team that is right there at the end, and then they fell short.
Yeah, look, the offense for the Battlehawks just it hadn't been there all season long. It didn't click at all. And Louisville yesterday, their defense sacked Luis Perez 4 times. He was constantly under pressure. He throws the game sealing interception. Although at some point I would have loved to see Ricky Prohl kick the field goal to give him a shot to get the offense back on the field, so that you're chasing 9, and it felt like they're chasing 9 from the 4.5 minute mark until the interception occurred, which was, I think, was like 30-something seconds left.
But you can get that's still a 1-point game or a 1-possession game in the UFL.
With the 9?
Yeah, you get the 6.
That's
you get
true.
a
My bad.
play.
Okay,
So
excuse me. Thank you. So never mind. I was thinking NFL rules. Thank you for that. But it just felt like the offseason all season long was lacking, and the defense was excellent. Lifted the Battlehawks up throughout the course of the season, but they saved one of their worst games for yesterday defensively. Louisville ripped off the big run earlier in the game. It just kind of seemed like Louisville, whenever they needed to pick up points, they did. They had a couple of the 4-point field goals that were made. It sucks, man. It's just the Battlehawks have been here before, and they've collapsed every single time.
Do you guys feel like the Battlehawks haven't been the same, at least their offense, since A.J. McCarron was here?
I think it's a fair statement.
It seems like they've been looking for different quarterbacks to fill that void, and Perez was a guy who had success, at this level. That's why they brought him in. Yeah. But it just doesn't seem the same as it used to.
No.
Name a franchise that doesn't look for that quarterback when that quarterback leaves. Like, I think that's, if you have a great quarterback, you usually are able to win games. And when you are struggling to find that player in different areas in a number of years, you're probably going to have some struggles there. So to Anthony's point, the defense probably saved their worst game for the last one, which is unfortunate. But, you got to get back to the drawing board. It's never a straight line in trying to make it to a championship game and trying to win a championship. It takes some time. It takes some heartache and some failure. And hopefully this is something that they can bounce back from and be ready to go for next year.
Boy, that sucks. You're right. But it just feels like a year ago we were saying that.
Droid FX in the Snake Pit says the Battlehawks are the Bills of the UFL. It's tough.
Well, you got to get to the championship game to be the Bills.
Not even the Bills.
Well, maybe he's thinking about the current Bills. They're always there. They're in the mix. Yeah, well, not those bills.
Gotcha.
Different bills.
More expensive bills. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, then that would make sense, Droid. Good call.
Really, really sad news here. There was a pilot and a co-pilot from the United States. They passed away in a plane crash as they attempted an emergency landing in the Dominican Republic. They were set to pick up Yadier Molina. I don't know if you guys saw this. Just really sad news, though.
So the pilot and the co-pilot lost their lives. Yeah, they're on their way to pick up Yadier Molina and his family, I believe. Yeah, it certainly is. It absolutely is a tragedy. I don't know how much more I could say on it outside of that, but yeah, it's I don't know.
It's unfortunate.
It to say the least. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Again, I like our thoughts. Our thoughts go out to the pilots' families for sure, and it's just it's absolutely tragic. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jim Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Oli Marmol leveled up in 2026. I know Lisa will not appreciate. Lisa, a regular listener, will not appreciate the fact that Oli has become the Cardinals' first All-Star this season, so to speak. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Well, I had a little get-together this weekend at the Rivers house, and last year in particular, I always had to worry about ants around the pool. Couldn't figure it out. Had a company come in. They couldn't figure it out. Guess what? This year, no problems, thanks to my good friends over at Amco Ranger. They did a fantastic job of maintaining my property throughout the spring and now into the summer. Really was awesome. We had mole tracks before. You had to watch out. You walk down, it's soft, you twist your ankle. Not this year. They're all taken care of. Again, Amco Ranger was right there to make sure they took care of all of that. 60 years of experience, by the way, Amco Ranger does, serving the St. Louis area. They're A-plus, BBB rated business. All their employees are extremely well-trained, and they know exactly what they're talking about. So whether it is mosquitoes, ticks, ants, spiders, roaches, you name it, they're going to be able to explain to you how they're going to fix it and how long it's going to take, and then you work together with them. You're a team. You let them know how things are going. They come back, whether it's the week after or 2 weeks after that, and they continue maintaining your property. And the entire time, they keep you informed as to what they're doing. So for any kind of pest or termite or rodent solutions, please call my friends over at Amco Ranger. That number, 636-441-2847. That's 636-441-2847. Or you can always visit AmcoRanger.com.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Has Oli Marmol leveled up in 2026? This whole season, we've been focused on the players' growth and whether or not they can be a staple in the organization for years to come. We haven't always talked about the growth of Oli Marmol. Brendan Schaefer writes on MLB.com, Marmol shared with reporters at Busch Stadium on Sunday that Dodgers manager Dave Roberts asked him to join the National League coaching staff for the Midsummer Classic, which takes place Tuesday, July 14th at Citizens Bank Park. For Marmol, it will be his first ever trip to the All-Star game, and he does, in theory, become the Cardinals' first All-Star this season. So we typically can't say anything good about Oli Marmol without people criticizing us for taking the bag from the Cardinals. I'd like to remind everybody there is no bag.
You didn't get yours?
No.
You didn't get your Cardinal bag?
I did not.
Oh. I don't even get the calendar anymore.
No.
Anthony got a calendar.
I still get the calendar.
I know.
Well, you work for the Blues. That's probably why.
That's probably why. Yeah.
I don't get that calendar either.
What?
Yeah. It's weird.
What the hell's going on, Jamie?
I'm not sure.
Anyways, for Marmol, what differences have you seen out of him managing this season than in years past?
I got an answer. It's going to be crazy. You might not like it. The players are playing better. I mean,
What does Oli have to do with that?
Nothing. Good call, CD. In the past, hold on, can I?
Please.
So what Carey is saying, and I think it's brilliant. What he's saying it is. Let's just listen. Oli has been the problem in years past. The players have overcome Oli's issues this year. He's masked that.
I don't think
They've
that's
masked that.
I don't think that's what I'm saying.
Oli has fast-laned this team right up over the last couple of seasons.
It's kind of like the Victor Scott
And
conversation
this year, Marsh,
He made a
the
wild left turn.
players, like Gary's saying, the players have overcome Oli's
battled that adversity.
bad managing.
I think what I was saying is Oli Marmol has
I
not.
got you, Gary.
That's not what I'm saying. What I was actually trying to say is Oliver Marmol hasn't changed. The players' play has changed. And somehow we assume that managers stink when their players aren't performing at the level that they need to perform at. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Like, the manager, the coaches, you only have so much say in what's going on. And then you don't even have that much say if guys are performing poorly and you can't replace them. Like, there's only so much you can do. You got to sit there and ride it out. And I think that that's what Oli has done over the past couple of years. And this year, lo and behold, some of these players are performing at a much higher level than they have their entire careers thus far. Mason Wynn is still playing well. J.J. Weatherholt, first year in the league, doing an outstanding, leading most rookies in most categories. Jordan Walker having an MVP caliber level of performance so far this year. Lars Nootbaar just getting back. He's doing well. Like, you're getting a lot of really good play from players that you were not getting in the past, and you're seeing the results from it. I don't think Oli just learned overnight. I don't think he learned in January until March until now in June how to be a good manager. I think the players learned how to not make the same mistakes that they have made over the past couple of years, and you're seeing a team that, as I said earlier, is the fourth best team in the National League because you have players playing at a higher level, and couple that with really good coaches and a really good manager, and you're seeing the success of it all.
Yeah, look, the players ultimately are the ones that control the wins and losses when it comes to their performance. But I do think that Oli Marmol, and this is not, again, I feel like we're always taking shots at John Mozeliak, but I'm really not. But from the beginning of the Chaim Bloom tenure through spring training as to the present moment, it just has felt like Oli has had a lot more say in the day-to-day operations of the Cardinals and playing time. I'm not saying he has any say at all over who gets called up or who gets optioned or DFA'd. Not saying that at all. But there is a certain amount of power the manager has to have to play certain guys that he wants to play that help the team win, and to not play guys who maybe he feels aren't helping the team win. And I feel like maybe the last couple of years, Ollie's had to make a few decisions that maybe weren't his. And we all have bosses. I mean, unless you run your own company and whatnot, then you're your own boss and blame yourself for dumb mistakes then. But trust me, I've done that a lot. But no, I just think Oli, Carey, we had the privilege of talking to him, and it was great to hear how his process is and what they've done. And Chaim Bloom has also added supporting staff for Oli, to where there's different coaches at every level, more coaches in the minor leagues that are helping out in different positions, and 2 or 3 guys helping for outfield in the minor leagues. Like, there has been a different strategy overall. And I think now what it's done is it's let Oli actually manage the way he wants to manage. And with a younger team, not that Oli was catering to older players before, but look at the team he first inherited. It had Waino, Yachty, Goldie, Albert Pujols. Come on, man. You've never managed to make, no matter how much confidence and ability you have, that can be daunting. And then he held on to veteran players that were there the whole time. And then now this year, they've liquidated said players. And Oli's been able to put his stamp on this team and grow and mold this team along with the players who have done their part, like to Carey's point.
Can we, outside of the 2022 team that you just mentioned, Jamie, can any of us say without a shadow of a doubt the team should have, it was good, too great? So from 2023,
25?
23, 24, 25.
Those teams were terrible. What are you talking about?
Well, and Oli had some tough decisions. Like, let's just be honest for a second here. You had Adam Wainwright, who, what?
Wasn't done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anthony, as you were.
And Marsh says to me, "What are you talking about?" in such a negative, disrespectful way.
What? Let me rephrase. Let me get another opportunity. You got a ton of opportunities.
Jamie, you hold that thought because I want to come back to you.
I don't know if I can remember it. We'll find out.
You probably can't.
All right.
Anthony, those teams, 2023, 2024, 2025, were not good baseball teams.
No, sir. No, sir.
That's polite.
He's
Some would say they were terrible, Anthony.
In 692 games managed, he's 351 and 341. So he's got he's above 500 as a manager. With Marsh, what would you describe those teams as?
Terrible.
Terrible.
They couldn't pitch.
One of those teams was 83 and 79 even. Not good. Yet 4 games above 500, Jamie. So, again, with a what, Marshy, team?
A terrible
team.
They were horrible, man.
Oli continue to get better and better and better. And now, Jamie, they're 26 and 18. We'll see where this winds up. But, Jamie, he had to make some tough choices.
Well, and Marshy just brought up the pitching. No one will ever not love Adam Wainwright. But I don't think there's anybody in Cardinal Nation can't say that the last year, as he was chasing that number, it was ugly.
He needed a little help, too, from the guy I'm looking at right now.
Inspiration. Sometimes you see somebody much older than you go out there and give it like that. You're like, wow, I can do anything.
I still got it. And then he showed it that night.
He did. But back to the original point, is that was tough. Because everybody knew Waino wanted to hit that certain mark. What are you going to tell him? No, you can't. And then he went on an IL stint. They tried, it was like, so Oli's sitting here is still a very young manager, and he's trying to help an iconic St. Louis Cardinals player reach a milestone that he personally wants to reach, while trying not to sacrifice the success of the team. But almost every time you rolled him out that year, you're putting the team's success in jeopardy. And again, no disrespect for Adam Wainwright. He deserves everything, all the accolades. He's greater than I've ever thought I could ever be in any sport. But the time was past at that point, and Oli was sitting there having to try and clean it up.
Yeah, 100%.
And whatever you think about Oli Marmol, Dave Roberts, who manages the best baseball team in the world and has for a number of years, thinks that this dude should be on the staff for the All-Star game. I feel like that goes a long way. Like, it has to.
Well, look at all the other options that they had. They could have picked a number of guys from the National League, and they picked him.
Yeah. Did you pick Craig Counsell?
The highest paid manager?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they did.
Okay. How the Cubs?
Well, Anthony, they lost their series to the Giants.
Yeah, that they did.
They were on Sunday Night Baseball for the second week in a row.
And
lost yet again.
Yeah.
Alex Bregman couldn't get the job done. They had runners in scoring position in the 8th inning. You got to freeze on a line drive, Anthony.
Yes, you do.
You don't run towards home plate when the ball is hit on a liner right to the first baseman. You got to go back to third base.
Couldn't happen to a better group of guys.
Now, I will say this, though, in defense of those Cubs, this Giants team, I mean, you got Lincecum, you got Kane, you've got Bumgarner.
Those guys
Posey
are
behind the dish.
no longer playing.
Losing 2 of 3 to the Giants.
That's a different Giants team.
What's that?
Yeah.
No, I meant the baseball team.
No, it's a different baseball Giants. Those guys are no longer playing. Posey is still there, I believe, just not in a uniform.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they're still good, right?
Yeah. Depending on what you define as good.
They're a team.
They're good-ish. You know what I mean?
And it says here, 4th place in the NL Central only, or NL West only better than the Rockies.
Yeah. They're the second to last team in the National League.
Oh, okay, so it's not good for the Cubs then. Yeah. Wow.
I saw on MLB.com yesterday, before Sunday Night Baseball, the surging Cubs, I don't know what it was verbatim, but it said the surging Cubs take on Giants in Sunday Night Baseball. And I go, the surging Cubs, didn't they just give up like 18 runs on Friday? And I think they're like 5-5 in their last 10. But
Hey, that's a surge right there.
Well, maybe the word
500.
surge is different now than it used to be.
They did win on Saturday.
They did on a walk-off.
Barely. Yeah.
Barely.
Mm-hmm.
Surging, Anthony.
Surging. Must have different definitions. All right, we got the Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
.402, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome Jerry. What's up, Jerry? We're doing good. Is your phone good, Jerry? Can you say?
Yeah, I hear you guys okay.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, now we're good. Jerry, thanks for listening. Thanks for playing. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in round 1?
Well, KD just bludgeoned me last year, and he hung a snowman on me, so I feel like I need a rematch with him.
Okay, well. Carey Davis.
That way.
Good luck.
Good luck, Katie.
All right, Carey's going to get it.
Durant.
Carey's going to get out of here. Jerry, you're going to tell Andrew Marsh to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
What category was it? Do you remember? You may have mentioned it. Sorry if you did.
Oh, yeah, I will never forget. It was football, right in his wheelhouse. And so I just know the wheel would not do football against KD again, but we'll see.
It's actually CD.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
That's okay.
We'll
Maybe that's why he put up a snowman last time, Jerry. We got it all figured out now, bud.
Yeah, he's got some bulletin board material here, Jerry. But you know what? You're going to shake that. You're going to be just fine.
Guys, I gave you the wrong questions.
Oh, okay.
I gave you the wrong questions.
All right.
He said football. My mind immediately went to football.
But it's not football.
It's not football.
You're honorable.
It's baseball.
It's baseball. All right.
So confusing. You say, "Hey, Jerry, it's baseball." And follow it up with football questions.
I like baseball.
There you go. I was about to ask you. Okay with baseball? I'm sure you are. All right. So Jerry, you're going to receive 4 baseball-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points, unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Who started Game 1 of the 2006 World Series for the Cardinals?
Oh, boy. That's a great question, Andrew. I have an idea, but I better go with the options.
Sure. Anthony Reyes, Chris Carpenter, or Jeff Weaver?
Not who I thought. Okay. I'm going to go Anthony Reyes. Final answer.
Okay.
All right, Jerry. Question 2. Which player has won the most home run derby titles ever?
Most home run derby titles ever. Options, please.
All right. Was it Pete Alonso, Prince Fielder, or Ken Griffey Jr.?
Go with Ken Griffey Jr. Final answer.
Question number 3. At 34-31, the White Sox continue to exceed expectations in the American League Central. Identify their manager.
Options.
Options are Craig Stammen, Will Venable, or Blake Butura.
You can go Stammen. Final answer.
All right. Last question for you, Jerry. What is the most recent MLB ballpark? So, which ballpark opened up most recently in Major League Baseball?
Most recent. Oh, boy. Doesn't seem like there's been one in a while. I may be overlooking somebody, though. I'll go with options.
Sure. Globe Life Fields, Dyken Park, or Lone Depot Park?
Globe Life opened in 23, I believe. I don't think anything opened after that. I'll go with Globe Life Field. final answer.
Okay. All right, let's motion Carey in from the cone of silence. Jerry, how you feeling?
Not as good as I should have done with baseball, but we'll see.
All right. We'll see how Carey does. Carey's walking in right now from the cone of silence. He's ready to rock. Carey, how was the cone of silence?
I was quiet, man. Nobody.
Get to be with your thoughts.
Yeah.
It's not always
You're
great.
locked in.
That's a scary thought.
Uh-huh.
Me and my thoughts.
Carey, you got baseball.
I love baseball.
Pack a lunch, bud.
All right.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. Who started Game 1 of the 2006 World Series for the Cardinals?
Oh, man. Who the hell knows that? Marshy does. Guaranteed. Like Kyle Lowe's. 2006?
2006.
It's a hell of a year.
Don't know, man. I was in Pittsburgh somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, but we know you followed your Cardinals.
I did. Just don't know who started game 1. Game 1, you say?
Game 1 of the 2006
memorable.
World
Should have went with my first option.
Series.
Options.
Anthony Reyes, Chris Carpenter, Jeff Weaver.
I mean, was Carp hurt? Anthony, was he hurt? That sounds like a trick question.
You know, look, there's times in Chris Carpenter's career, just like any Major League Baseball player and pitcher, that they were injured.
Let's go with Dreamweaver.
Jeff Weaver?
Yeah, Jeff Weaver.
Jeff Dreamweaver?
Yep, final answer.
No.
Question 2. Which player has won the most home run derby titles in ever, Bob?
Sounds like a Cecil Fielder, Prince Fielder, Vlad Guerrero, Senior. It's a lot of players. I probably should narrow it down. Give me the options.
Pete Alonso, Prince Fielder, Ken Griffey Jr.
Prince feels like the right answer. I thought Vlad would be on that list. I don't think it's Pete Alonso. I know he hit a lot of them. I thought he had like the most in a home run derby. You know who hated home run derby questions?
I do.
We do.
Shout out to my guy. Let me go with Prince Fielder. Final answer.
Question number 3. At 34 and 31, the White Sox continue to exceed expectations in the American League Central. Identify their manager.
How the hell should I know? Options.
Options are Craig Stammen, Will Venable, or Blake Butera.
Who was the second one? Blake?
Craig Stammen, Will Venable, or Blake Butera.
Oh, man, I don't know. Give me Blake. Oh, is that give me option number 2.
Will Venable?
Yeah, him.
Okay.
Changed your mind 3 times.
All right. Question number 4. What is the most recent MLB ballpark? So,
Like
which
made?
park? No, yeah. Which park?
Yeah, not like
Most
renamed,
recent,
like built.
Renamed or built?
Built recently. What's the one that is most recently built?
Yeah, okay. This is an easy one.
You need the name or the team? I don't know the
Name.
name. No way I know the name of that.
We need a name.
Give us a damn name.
I don't have one. Options.
Your options are Globe Life Field, Dyken Park, or Lone Depot Park.
I have no clue. I don't know who plays where. I don't know these damn names, man. They change them every 2 years depending on who's paying them the most money.
Yeah, but they don't build them every 2 years.
That's neither here nor there. Can I have the options again, sir?
Globe Life Fields, Dyken Park, Lone Depot Park.
Globe Life. Sounds newish. Final answer.
All right, Carey versus Jerry. Round 1, baseball. Start with that last question. What is the most recent MLB ballpark? So, what is the most recently built MLB ballpark? With the options, Carey went with Globe Life Fields. Jerry also went with Globe Life Fields. Correct answer is
Home of the Texas Rangers. Globe Life Field.
Both of you needed the options. We've got a 1-1 tie.
Good job.
At 32-27, the White Sox continue to exceed expectations in the American League Central. Identify their manager. Carey went with Will Venable. He actually went with Blake Butera.
I wanted to go with Blake Venable, but that wasn't an option.
Well, you combined the two. Listen to that. Wait, give me B. Went with Will Venable.
Yes.
Jerry went with Craig Stammen. Correct answer is
Will Venable.
Will Venable.
Will the Thrill.
Will the Thrill.
Yeah.
Carey 2, Jerry 1.
This is not good. I don't like it.
Which player has won the most home run derby titles? Carey went with Prince Fielder. Jerry went with Ken Griffey Jr. Correct answer is...
Come on, you can't go against the smoothest swing in baseball. Ken Griffey Jr.
We're all tied up.
Damn
2-2.
it, man.
Comes down to this. Who started Game 1 of the 2006 World Series for the Cardinals? You both took the options. You both have different answers. You're both tied up 2-2. Jerry went with Anthony Reyes. Carey went with Jeff Dream Weaver. After demanding that we tell him whether or not Chris Carpenter was hurt.
You didn't tell me.
And he was.
Yeah. Was he?
Yes.
Oh, good. I mean, not good. He was hurt.
Oh, what the hell,
If
kid?
it's Jeff Weaver, Carey wins. If it's Anthony Reyes, Jerry wins. Jerry.
You have chosen wisely.
It was Anthony Reyes. He pitched 8 innings, only allowed 2 earned runs in Game 1 of their eventual sweep of the Detroit Tigers.
5 games.
The Cardinals?
It's a
5
gentleman's
games.
sweep.
5 games. I apologize. The USA Today infamously said that the Tigers would win in 3 games. Can't do that. So I got a little confused there.
Good
I
job,
thought it was a
Jerry.
sweep. Yeah. The Giants swept
Hey.
the Tigers.
Great job, CD. That was a heck of a battle.
Good job.
Nice job, Jerry. You'll be back tomorrow with us.
All right, Jerry.
Yeah.
All right, look forward to it.
And then we'll send Carey to the penalty box. Thanks, Jerry.
All right, thank you.
Come on, man.
Jeff Weaver started Game 5, the eventual
Oh, there you go. Game
clinching
5.
game for the Cardinals.
Of course he
And
did.
he went deep in that game as well.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, Carey, sorry, man. It's a tough one. It's a tough one today.
It's okay. It's fine.
Okay.
You win some, you lose some.
Very true. All right. Is Jordan Kyrou becoming the player fans wanted him to be? No. That's next on 101 ESPN.
What?
Jamie, I know that you have been a self-employed man. I have been a self-employed man, and we know the paperwork can be a little daunting, especially when you're trying to buy a house. But good thing we've got our guy, Stewie, in our back pocket. And Stewie's on the line right now. Stewie, we know you've seen this time and time again with buyers. They're looking for a home, but they're self-employed. And they got issues. They may not issues. They got challenged with their paperwork.
Anthony, it's the American way. Entrepreneurs out there, they build their little businesses, and they do everything in their power to legally go ahead and write off that income so they don't have to pay money in taxes. Challenge is you go to apply for a mortgage, And guess what? Nothing's showing on your return. You're not making any money. You can't get the mortgage. We have a better way and a different way. We give you a loan totally based on the deposits that are being made into your corporate bank account. We take that money, we consider a portion as income, and if you go ahead and have large enough deposits, we will go ahead and give you a mortgage. You got to put 20% down, sometimes 15%, maybe even as little as 10%. Based solely on the amount that's being deposited into your account. We don't look at tax returns. We don't look at anything else, just the money you've got in the bank and how much you put down and what you deposit. It's easy, it's simple, it's quick. We just closed an ESPN listener this morning in 10 days. He got the house of his dreams. Didn't think he can get it. Well, happy congratulations to George.
Yes. Yeah. Congratulations to George. And George, hey, thank you for calling Stewie, which is what all of our listeners should be doing. You just heard Stewie talk about being self-employed and ways that you can, not get around it, but that can work to your favor. You're not getting that in a lot of places. So call our guy Stewie. His personal cell phone number is 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
Anthony, if they cannot remember all of that information, what can they do?
Well, you just Google the bagel loan, get the information right there from Stewie's website. Stewie, keep up the great work.
Have a good night, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Marshy, you wanted to pose the question of, is Jordan Kyrou becoming the player fans wanted him to be, when you know damn well a lot of fans want him gone? So what's going on? What's going on in your head right now?
How did you cook this one up, Marshy?
What's going on in your
sitting on it all
dome?
weekend?
Well, it is interesting that, over the last few years, people want Jordan Kyrou to play a more defensive game. Last year, 37th in the Selke Trophy voting, which we all kind of, I don't want to say we laughed at, but, that was interesting to see. And then this year, finishes 26th in Selke Trophy voting.
Ahead of Robert Thomas.
Ahead of Robert Thomas, who, which was shocking to me. Obviously, Kyrou, 18 goals, only 46 points in his 72 games. Not ideal offensively, but you see that he is taking strides defensively. Is that not what people wanted him to do? So my question is he becoming the player fans wanted him to be, or do people just simply not care? They just want him gone. They don't love this player anymore. It doesn't matter what he can do. It just doesn't matter. Like, he is an scapegoat at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it matters where he finishes on a Selkie
In a
list.
scapegoat?
Scapegoat.
Oh, scapegoat.
No, I probably did say a scapegoat.
In a scapegoat.
In a scapegoat.
I was just wondering if there was a goat that, in fact, had escaped someplace. And
Probably.
Goats are very nimble, too.
So, man.
They can get to places you don't expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can jump over, go under,
There's no
around,
question.
through.
Yeah.
Great balance.
Yeah, those goats are outstanding.
Scapegoat.
A scapegoat. Got it now. Carey, is he a scapegoat?
No, but he is. I mean, I think people want him to play better defensively and score 35 goals. Like, no, I don't think anybody. I don't think he's becoming the player you want him to be or you expect him to be if he's not a 35 goal scorer. Because I think that that's what people expect of him. 35 goals, 70 points at bare minimum. That's what the expectation is. And then you can play better defensively. Play a full 200-foot game, and everybody will be excited. But if you're – I would bet you that if he's had 30 goals, 33 goals, and didn't finish in the top 18 or top 26 in the Selkie vote, nobody would care. Well, okay, cool. Well, that's cool. You got 35 goals, man. Do that more. Matter of fact, get me more of those. Please and thank you. Because I think that that's what the expectation is. Now, if you're not doing either well enough, then people get a little frustrated and want him out of here.
So, what if I told you that in 2024-25, there was a player in the NHL that had 36 goals, 70 points, it was plus 23, and finished somewhere in the bottom of the Selkie Trophy voting. What would you think about that player?
They'd love it.
Oh, we're going to trade him, of course.
Yeah, that's Jordan Kyrou. That was his season, not this past season, the season before. That's what he had for you. 36 goals, 70 points, plus 23. So the fact that somebody, I don't know who, in their drunken stupor, I'm being too honest.
No, sir.
I mean, come on, man. Jordan Kyrou this year, 26th in voting, he had 18 goals, 46 points, minus 5. Wow, what are you drinking? Anyways, that's a side note to all of this.
Whatever the Rockies general manager had at that one point.
He got hammered.
Well, how did he get hammered?
Yep.
Did he, though? Anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. To me, Jordan Kyrou is going to be a polarizing player here. And when you look back in Blues history, it'll be that guy who either ended up silencing the critics or everybody 10 years from now will still be saying the same thing. What could have been, what he should have been, how terrible he was, should have got rid of him earlier, should have held on to him longer. There's always going to be the water cooler debate because of the way Jordan Kyrou plays the game. He's very dynamic, and when you're very dynamic, and let's say you're not a scrappy along the boards guy, you can either look like an all-star in one period and look like a dud in the next period.
Sure.
So I don't know what the answer is. History will tell us when his career is over. It will tell us what Jordan Kyrou ultimately was. But yeah, I think a lot of people are just sick and tired of watching because they want a Tom Wilson-esque type player, crushing people, scoring 30 goals, wearing his heart on his sleeve. All that. I want that guy too. Jordan Kyrou's not that guy. That's not the guy you drafted. What you drafted is what you've got. A super skilled player that gets super hot or ice cold at times, and you're going to have to live with the ups and downs.
Do you think if the Blues did trade him away, that he would have more success somewhere else than here?
I don't know. Hypothetical. Who knows?
We're watching now. Different caliber player.
Please
of
don't
course.
say Mitch Marner.
No, I'm not going to say him.
Please. Mitch Marner had 105 points last year.
Think of somebody else.
Yeah, Marsh is thinking of somebody else right now as he speaks.
What's his name on Carolina? It wasn't a trade, but he signed. He was in Winnipeg last year. Nikolai Ehlers.
Yeah. No. People love to. I've heard Mitch Marner's name thrown around, which is fine. It's not just here; it's a lot of places. But Mitch Marner, he had 105 points last year. Every year he's played, except for one in the NHL, he's had more than a point a game. In fact, even higher than that. So Mitch Marner is not your comparable at all. And Mitch Marner has actually truly been in the Selke Trophy conversation. So,
yeah, he was up there this go around too.
Let's stop that. To me, look, this is Jordan Kyrou. If the Blues trade him, there's a lot of people that be happy. And what he goes on to be from here, I don't know. If you took Jordan Kyrou and plopped him on the Florida Panthers, people in Florida are probably thrilled what they've got because they have enough supporting cast, veteran guys, the way they play, that a guy like Jordan Kyrou is fine. Mm-hmm. And he'll probably play on the line with Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Bennett. Now, all of a sudden, he's got 45 goals, and you're like, what the hell was that? Then you could also trade him to Seattle, and he could score 12 goals next year.
I don't think he'd go there.
But you could trade him to Seattle, is all I'm saying. Would he go there? Who knows?
I mean,
who knows?
I personally wouldn't go there. I know you don't like that area of the country.
I like grunge music, but that's about all.
Oh, yeah. And the Mariners. You like the Mariners.
That's terrible. CD, when's the last time you were there?
Seattle?
Yeah.
Last year.
It's terrible.
No, it was cool.
Downtown's terrible. I won't get into it.
Okay.
Because boy, oh boy, when people get hot under the collar when you talk about some of these places.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of Carey, you can join CD and 101 ESPN this Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Paymore in Baldwin. New to the St. Louis area, Paymore is a great way to sell, recycle, and buy electronics. And this Friday, you can get 20% off all in-store purchases. Plus, get entered to win a brand new PS5. Paymore is now open with 2 locations in the Baldwin and Maplewood areas. And you can check out the Baldwin location located at 15367 Manchester Road this Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Carey Davis and 101 ESPN. If you missed the address that I just read off, no problem. We got you covered. You can find all the details at 101ESPN.com.
Can I address something real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, from the 636. Jamie, the player you described is not worth $8 million a year. You want to bet? Go check out the salaries next year in the NHL and look at their points total in the NHL. Look at the total goals they've scored. Look at the average points per game. You're going to find a really strong percentage of players that have not eclipsed Jordan Kyrou numbers that will make more money than him.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry about your luck.
There you have it. That's Jamie Rivers. You can ask him a question.
I don't want your damn questions.
No. I already have one cooked up. I already got one cooked up from the 314.
Oh, baby. Let's go.
Speaking of 314, 399-9646 is our text line. It's our Air Comfort Service text line. So if you got a question for us in one of these 6-packs, send them in now. We'll do part 1 of the Sports 6-pack next.
Cheap, fun. Yeah, let's get dirty. We did over the weekend at the Rivers house. Man, we had a great get-together. Lots of friends and family over there. And Dirt Cheap was front and center. Helped provide a lot of the festivities that were going on there. Can't thank them enough. They always do such a great job. And I talked to you guys on Friday. I said I'd already placed my order. Going to go pick it up. And I did. It was waiting for me right there. Just walked in, said hi to everybody, grabbed a few more things just because I'd forgotten a couple things, and went and they even helped me carry it out to my truck, and away we go. It was ready to go. And again, the weekend was absolutely fantastic, and all of the selections, whether it was the beer, the bourbon, the tequilas that were available, all that stuff was awesome. And I was able to do all that because I used the Dirt Cheap app. So get out there, download the Dirt Cheap app, and with every dollar you spend inside of Dirt Cheap, that gets you points you can use in the store. They asked me the other day, you want to use your points? I said, no, we'll save them up. There'll be another party coming up, but it was nice to have that option. So all you have to do is go to dirtcheapfunfun.com. You can see all the information there regarding the app and other things that are available at Dirt Cheap. Catch up on all of your Dirt Cheap information. Again, that's dirtcheapfunfun.com. Whatever your taste, you will find it at Dirt Cheap. Remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals sweep the Reds. They are off today, but will take on the New York Mets tomorrow with Dustin May on the mound. First pitch is at 6:10. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we'll have Game 3 of the NBA Finals as the Knicks lead that series 2-0 over the San Antonio Spurs. Pregame starts at 6:30. Tip-off is at 7:30. Coming up next, we have part 1 of our Sports Six-Pack, so get your questions in to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for part 1 of the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So you got a question, we'll do part 1 and part 2 of the next 2 segments. Marshy, question 1, fire away.
Question number 1.
All right, we were just having the conversation about Jordan Kyrou. The 314 texted in, is he comparable to Nolan Gorman? A toolsy player that focuses too much on their deficient skills like defense and batting average, and it hurts their good tools. The 314 did text in saying, please make that question make more sense. But I thought that made pretty good sense. What do you guys think?
I'll be nice. In theory, yes. But in actuality, absolutely not. Not even close. Jordan Kyrou has been an all-star in the NHL. Nolan Gorman has never even thought of being, no one's ever thought of him as an all-star player. Jordan Kyrou, I don't know what the equivalent would be in baseball, but 27 goals, 37 goals, 31 goals, 36 goals. I don't know what the comparable is. That to me would be probably 25, 30 bombs a year.
Yeah, consistently. Right.
Nolan Gorman, nowhere near that.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrou has actually achieved some of the expectations you've wanted for him. I just bring up, not this past season, last season before. I gave you the 36 goals, 70 points, plus 23. If that's not at least tickling your expectations, I don't know what is.
Mm-hmm.
If your expectations was for Connor McDavid to be Nathan McKinnon, or to be Connor McDavid, or all those, whatever high-flying winger you expect in the NHL, maybe your expectations were wrong. This is a second-round draft pick, not even a first-round pick, let alone a top 10 pick.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't know why I don't know why their expectations are to get a generational talent in Jordan Kyrou. And as far as Nolan Gorman's concerned, Nolan Gorman hasn't had near the success of Jordan Kyrou. So I don't know if it's a comparable. I don't know how you guys feel. I mean, you guys.
No, I think you nailed that.
No,
absolutely. You talked about the accomplishments, and here's a big difference, right? Like Jordan Kyrou may have not met your expectations, okay, for what you thought he was going to be. He still had, not you, but you in general.
You're pointing at me.
I know. Well, that's why I did this. I kind of pointed between you guys.
You got to do this.
Yeah.
That's the politician.
Yes.
You don't point right at him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Means I might have something. I might harm you with it.
Right. Right.
I choose violence every time.
I just say it the way I look at it.
Anyway, Kyrou may have not exceeded your expectations, right? But he still has performed consistently, much more so than Nolan Gorman.
So you would compare him more to an Alec Burleson than a...
Sure.
If we're going off the Cardinals roster.
But I don't think he falls somewhere in the middle because Nolan Gorman had a hype train behind him. People can't wait, that big power left-handed. But Alec Burleson didn't really have any hype train. He kind of came onto the scene. You're like, wow, who's this guy? Who's this softball player? Because he had the big burly build.
Right.
And so you're like, oh, and all of a sudden he can play. You're like, oh, okay. So I think Jordan Kyrou's somewhere in the middle. He is a St. Louis Star. I don't think Jordan Kyrou is a Hall of Famer by any means, but he's also accomplished some things already in this league.
Seen some things.
Question number 2.
This one comes from Big Buttery Biscuit. Have we seen the last of Victor Scott with all the talent ready to be called up this year to audition?
I think it's possible. I don't want to write off a player that quickly, but it is possible given the options that they have. But no, I don't think we've seen the last.
I don't think so, because I think Victor Scott has talent, and so I think that there's still obviously room to grow, room to get better. It's being able to hit major league pitching at a consistent level, and if and when he's able to do that, I think there is a role. I don't know where. I mean, but I do think that there's a role. I don't know where he bats in the lineup. Probably still ninth. Mm-hmm. If the lineup is much better than him when he gets back, or if he gets back. But I do think that there's a spot for him.
Okay. Is that 3, Marsh?
No, that's only 2. I was looking something up. I was looking up, obviously, Billy Hamilton comes to mind when it comes to speed and whatnot. But I was wondering, could Victor Scott get to, Chandler Simpson numbers? Would you be cool with Chandler Simpson?
Hell yeah.
And, is that, what we're looking for out of Victor Scott?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's at Chandler Simpson numbers. He's doing really well.
There you go.
Now, Chandler Simpson on the year is batting .276. He's got an OBP of .312 and an OPS of .640. He has 14 stolen bases and 12 ribbies on the year. So, and plays for a really good baseball team.
That would be the Tampa Bay Rays.
Correct.
Question number 3.
All right, from 636, is it getting old that the NHL continues to go with recycled head coaches?
I think it is a little bit. It's getting a little bit silly at this point. Peter Laviolette hired today to coach the LA Kings. And look, I have nothing against Peter Laviolette. He's had some tremendous, he's a Stanley Cup winning coach. He's had good success, but this is also going to be his 7th team that he's coaching in the NHL. Wow. And for a league that just continues to trend in a younger direction, and to hear so many players and coaches talk about how, the evolution of the coaching has changed to more information, knowing the athlete, communicating differently. Here we are with guys that are really, they're veteran guys, but they're not trending younger. And then what really sparked my interest today, the Edmonton Oilers are seriously talking about hiring Mike Babcock.
What?
Yeah, they asked the NHLPA to clarify, where they're at, because he wasn't officially suspended for, ambushing young players, taking their phones away from them, and then opening up their phone and drop screening it in front of a whole room of players to go over what things that they look at, pictures they had, text messages they send.
Because that's important for hockey.
That's weird.
It means nothing. So, but this is Stan Bowman. So Stan Bowman has done nothing but make the Oilers worse since he's taken over. And now he really he wants to plant the atom bomb right in the middle of the building and let it go off. How do you think Connor McDavid, because I tell you what's going to happen is Mike Babcock is going to come in and he's going to try to assert himself in that room, because that's what he does, because he's insecure. And so what he does is he finds the top dog, or one of the top dogs, and he tries to make them feel stupid. Yeah. He did it in Detroit. He came in, showed 5 mistakes that Nick Lidstrom had made at one point. That might have been the only 5 he made in his career.
Oh, jeez.
Not joking.
Yeah.
One of the greatest defensemen, arguably, possibly the greatest defenseman to ever skate in the NHL. And here you are. That's the way you start your first team meeting. And you say, that's not how we're going to play here. Really? So
how long did he work there?
Too long. Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, Evan Bouchard for sure is going to get it. These guys are all going to get it. He cannot change who he is at his core. And so therefore it's like, what are you doing? Why do people still have the urge to hire an individual like this? Why? What could possibly be so good about Mike Babcock, who, by the way, hasn't had success since he won a Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings, to which you could have put anybody behind that bench and won with that team. But they keep bringing it back. So, I don't know. And Peter Laviolette, 7th team? Hey, come on, man.
Yeah.
To bring in some of the youth. There's great young coach. Steve Ott would be a tremendous young coach in the NHL somewhere.
Sure.
Guys like that are out there, that are available, that are working, that have been there, that understand the players. And here we go, retreading. And unfortunately, Peter Laviolette's getting dragged into this a little bit, but him and then, of course, Mike Babcock. My goodness.
It's almost as if the Oilers want Connor McDavid to leave.
Honestly. Like, what? Hey, Connor, what could we possibly do to piss you off to make you leave? Let's trade away all our good talent. We're going to trade away Stuart Skinner for Tristan Jarry. How you like that, Connor? Getting warmer? Huh? Yeah. We're going to get no depth scoring for you.
Right.
And we're going to eliminate most of the toughness on our team. How you feeling now? Wait. Can I tempt you with a Mike Babcock? Let's go, Connor.
Unreal. Wow. That'll be great in another location at some point.
St. Louis.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice. Probably Florida or Vegas, though.
Yeah, probably. All right. Fast on 101 ESPN. Part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack is coming up. Keep those questions rolling in. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Again, Sports Six-Pack, Part 2 next.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for part 2 of the Sports Six Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. Marsh, question 4, please.
Question number 4.
From the 636, who is your pick for a sleeper team in the NFL, in the AFC and the NFC?
Sleeper team AFC, sleeper team NFC.
Are we not picking our own teams?
If they're
you
truly
can.
a sleeper,
If they're true,
but
yeah.
Pittsburgh's not a sleeper. They finished first in their division last year, Kerry.
You hate on them every year.
I don't hate on them. They're first place. How's that a sleeper?
Can we define sleeper? Like, does it got to be a sleeper Super Bowl team, sleeper playoff team, sleeper championship team?
Sleeper what?
Sleeper.
I'd say a playoff team that could win a round.
Championship?
No, I think a team that could win a round in the playoffs. So they would have to be the wild card round. More than likely, a sleeper team's not going to win their division. They could, but the Patriots did it last year.
I don't know any sleeper teams in the AFC. Then.
Yeah, I don't either.
Baltimore would they?
No.
That's not really a sleeper.
No.
The Bengals considered a sleeper?
No.
Probably
Chargers.
not when you have an MVP guy like Burrow.
Chargers won 11 games last year, so no. I know the Bengals only won 6, but
The Texans, but they were 12-5 last year. That kind
yeah.
of disqualifies them. Is the Colts with Danny Dimes back a sleeper?
they would
He
be
ain't gonna be
considered a
healthy.
sleeper,
how
but
long?
I'm not buying
It was
it.
Achilles, didn't he?
Yeah.
They were more so a sleeper this year.
Yeah, they were.
Right.
That
right.
did not
Las Vegas Raiders.
make it.
Yeah, see, I think that's why I asked to define it. And as soon as Marsh defined it, I'm like,
Or the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, no. They were first place last year,
They're
Kerry.
not a sleeper.
And a playoff team. That's not a sleeper.
They got a new head coach. Got an old quarterback. You don't know what's going to happen,
I
man.
don't think there's a sleeper in the NFC.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Minnesota Vikings.
Those Lions,
Stop
baby.
it.
What
They're
are you
not a sleeper?
talking about?
No.
Those Lions. Last place team.
Cowboys.
I'll go with the Vikings.
I'll go with the Cowboys.
Okay.
Lions.
The Cowboys, the
Their
team
last
that-
place team, Kerry.
Are they really?
Right here on paper, last place.
We're talking about the Cowboys that lost to the Vikings last year with J.J. McCarthy as a quarterback.
Yep.
That Cowboys team?
In Dallas,
JJ
right?
JJ
In Dallas.
played-
Why
JJ
did he
played
play
in
Prime time
games.
National TV.
He actually did play really well that game.
He did. It was one of his better games.
Yeah.
See?
I remembered it.
I think the Vikings are a great answer, Anthony.
You would.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him.
He doesn't
That's
believe
a sleeper.
it, Marsh.
Yes, I do believe it.
Don't
Marsh,
trust
I
him.
I
do not
told
believe
you
it.
he's an undercover Vikings fan. I've been telling you. I'm
don't
surprised
know.
that you are not more high on the Vikings with Kyler Murray at the helm.
I like Kyler Murray. I just need to see what it looks like.
I think it'll look better than what it looked like in Arizona.
Couldn't look worse.
Who's running the ball for Minnesota?
Well, that is this is the thing that I bring up every year, and you guys think that I want KOC fired, but I've been saying they do not run the ball enough to be a Super Bowl team. But with the question, I think they can definitely make the playoffs. But Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason will be running the football.
I don't know.
And Kyler Murray, I'm sure he'll be running the football as well.
That might be all right this year.
He probably will be running a lot.
They kind of have the familiar storyline of
Quarterback getting himself together.
reclamation project.
You want to make the proclamation?
Nah.
No. You did such a great job last year. Is he the one?
Is he the one that's got the most approved?
Yeah. Last time you said that.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm not ready yet.
I need a win over here, Anthony. Say it.
Anthony, it's on you. This ride's on you.
But you know what? Don't say it if you don't believe it.
I have to
Don't say
mean
it if you
it.
don't believe it.
All right.
I have to mean it. And you two have to take the one I really want to say. That's how it worked last year. And then you guys have to ridicule me.
I didn't say anything.
This is an interesting one. Ghost Face Gaming in the Snake Pit says, I got the Giants winning the division. Also,
San
Albatross
Francisco
Sports.
Giants?
No, not the San Francisco.
They're not going to do it.
They're not going to do
What
it.
about
They're the
the
New
Washington
York Giants.
Commanders?
No.
Nah.
Not a sleeper?
No. Well, I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to be good. Jaden Daniels has to do what he did his rookie year, which is save them and mask all the weaknesses that they have.
And as you said before, they have a boob as their head coach.
That's really
fair.
the problem. He hates Dan Quinn.
What I meant is Rube.
Rube.
Yeah.
He hates Uber.
He really does not like him at all.
He's really positive and energetic. It's good for teams initially.
We're going to play tough physical football.
Oh, get out. You're done. You're done. You're fired.
Goodbye.
Sorry, that's your head coach.
Yeah.
Question number 5.
All right, from 618, heard there was a Rivers pool party recently. So, what is an often overlooked or highly underrated appetizer for a party? My vote is crab rangoon. Also, Jamie, how did the monkeys go over? LOL.
Monkeys were a hit. They were. So what's funny is we had a snow cone truck come for the kids and for the adults too, if they wanted to do the old boozy snow cone, could do that too. As that happened, the lady with the monkeys showed up at the same time. So I was up taking care of business with the snow cone truck. So really there was not no attention needed to me. And then as I came back, walking back down, I had a monkey wrapped around my neck and head. Just carrying a monkey, and 2 ladies behind me were walking 2 other monkeys. This one monkey forever took a liking to me. Apparently, it was abnormal. She's like, no, don't. They'll come to you. And this thing was on me.
Oh God!
So it was great. So
Don't struggle.
It was. She was so cute. But then as I'm walking in, there's Ashley standing there, literally hands on her hips, what on earth is going on right now? They were a hit. Everybody got to hang out. The monkeys, they bounced around for about 15, 20 minutes, and we had some fun. It was great.
Time out. Can we go back to something for a second?
Sure.
Within the same week that you had a baby deer come up to you, acting like you were, in fact, its mother.
Yes.
This monkey also came up right up to you.
Right away.
Attached to you
Jumped
away.
right, put her hand up. I touched, put 2 fingers out. She grabbed it and then whoosh, right up on me.
Right.
And I was carrying it around like a small child.
So what's going on with it?
I don't know. I started
different animals.
I had a few cocktails in me, but I did start calling myself Tarzan, and I may or may not have pounded on my chest. And our boss may or may not have been there.
Okay. Yeah. Good. There.
Now, do you sing? Is that how these animals are these little critters are attracted to you? Are you singing songs to get them to come to you?
I think it's just my primal
here?
smell that attracts them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chicks dig it.
All right.
Okay.
Question number 6.
I didn't see any pictures of any chickens. I thought it was just the deer and the monkeys.
Oh, there's chickens.
Gotcha.
Oh, we ate them.
That does sound good. From the 618, do you believe the Hunter Dobbins role as a piggyback pitcher will become more valuable league-wise? So we know that Hunter Dobbins will start against the Mets, but he has been in that piggyback role. Do you think that will be something that more teams will look to do? Will that be more valuable?
The piggyback role, I know. So somebody starting 3 innings, 4 innings, and then already having that starter, that next, already having that player, another player lined up, ready to go.
Almost
so
like
no
a
matter
double starter. Yeah.
So no matter what, they are going to go to that pitcher in the 3rd inning or 4th inning. That's what you're asking. Seattle did that with Luis Castillo and one of their other pitchers recently because both guys were struggling. Let me get you the name if I can remember it. It was Castillo, and it was, I believe it was Emerson Hancock. So both guys were struggling, and they decided to have one of them start and then one of them come in a piggyback role like you're talking about. And for whatever reason, both pitchers kind of figured some things out. Neither of them liked it. I think that's the trouble that you'll run into. It really depends on who the 2 starters are. If they're a young guy like Dobbins and somebody else, hey, we're in the big leagues. This is great. Just whatever role we can take. If it's a veteran situation like it was in Seattle, I think you're going to get pushed back more times than not. So I don't know if this becomes necessarily a thing in Major League Baseball where all the teams are doing it, but it is a copycat league, so maybe. But I'll say no officially. All right, biggest question today is next on 101 ESPN.
time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
5:05, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. By the way, tax line helping me out here is Bryce Miller. It wasn't Emerson Hancock. It was Bryce Miller, the Mariners pitcher that they piggybacked with Luis Castillo. So apologies there. Thank you to the text line. Appreciate you having my back on it. All right, Marsh, what is the biggest question of the day?
All right, so Bob Nightingale, Bobby Boogie, wrote over the weekend on USA Today. He had a piece out, and he mentioned the Cardinals in said piece. This is what it had to say. The Chicago White Sox and St. Louis Cardinals have been two of the biggest surprises in baseball the first half. But please, they're not about to trade prospects at the deadline to go all in. The Cardinals, in fact, are expected to trade reliever JoJo Romero and starter Dustin May at the trade deadline, providing they slip further back in the wild card race. A year from now, it may be a completely different story. Now, this almost seems like an obvious statement. We've talked about it many of times, but there have been thoughts of the Cardinals trading pieces away, even if they are in the race, right, come deadline time. Does Chaim Bloom's recent moves that are proactive to keep this team competitive line up with the idea of trading away pieces while the Cardinals are still in the playoff race? So, like, will the Cardinals only become sellers if it is obvious?
I don't know, man.
No,
I think he's going to do what he wants to do as far as if he can get good value for Dustin May, he might move him. JoJo Romero, if he good value for that, he might move. Heck, but Riley O'Brien, he might move him. Like, I think you have to think beyond this year, and I think that's why Dobbins is getting a little bit of a look now too. Is, you know, what does that look like?
Right.
What if we have to make a decision? Like, I don't know anything to be certain because it's still so far ahead of the trade deadline, but Chaim Bloom has given no indication that he is going to fold under pressure here and make some irrational decision that would, in my opinion, harm the organization possibly long term.
My opinion on this hasn't really changed.
Okay, despite what he wrote.
When it comes to the deadline. All right, so let's go over this again. Like Marsh just presented. The Cardinals, in fact, are expected to trade reliever JoJo Romero, starter Dustin May at the deadline, providing that they slip further back in the wild card race a year from now. Maybe a completely different story. I still think that in order to operate without, like, just the emotions behind where they are in the standings, I do think that Chaim Bloom will judge whether he trades certain guys by the market. I don't think he'll just give up guys because, hey, I gotta get something for this guy now. If it's an expiring contract, CD, it's I gotta do this because I'm in a rebuild. No, I still think he will decide what the market looks like, and if the offers exceed what he expected, he'll make the trade. He'll make the deal. Not for everybody, but for guys like Dustin May and JoJo Romero and maybe Riley O'Brien. My opinion on this really hasn't changed at all.
So if I'm hearing it correctly, and I think I heard you say they're not going to be trading prospects, right? I think there's no way that they trade prospects at all at the trade deadline.
To go all in.
To go all in.
There's no,
I think that will not happen. Now, like you said, if you get to a conversation where Dustin May, JoJo or some of these guys, if you're right there, maybe you say, you know what, we deserve to give our guys the chance to try to do something. But in terms of trading away prospects for any particular reason to try to win a championship this year, I think that's not even on the table.
Yeah, I don't see that at all.
If it's Dustin May, if it's JoJo, if it's Riley, if it's any of those guys, and you're looking and saying, all right, we can move. I don't think Lars Newbar, as crazy as it sounds, would be on the table either. Now, things could change, but I don't think that he would be, because I think you would owe it to, unless you are not in this first wild card spot, right? But it's fluid. Things change from day to day, week to week. Where we are right now could be vastly different from where we are at the trade deadline.
Sure.
But I don't think that either way, trading away prospects to try to go all in is going to be the answer at all. So
I'm with you.
We get a text from Grady. If we're
Grady?
If we're close to the top of the division and we are number 1 in the wild card and you trade away pieces, then you will lose the fans. Absolutely.
What if you go on to win a playoff round?
What are you giving up? What are you giving up that would cause that reaction?
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming it would be Dustin May and some of your
Dustin
relievers.
May been an ace?
He's been pretty good as of late.
Yeah,
But to the point that, and I'm asking Marsh what you think. To the point, Jamie, I think you and I are on the same page here.
Is he like a true difference maker?
To the point where fans are going to be upset? Like, Dustin, you just gave away Dustin May. You just blew it. We're not showing up. We're not watching anymore.
And to be honest, you're losing that player. If he's so good, you should keep him around. You're losing that player because he has the option to walk as well, I believe. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
It's a mutual
option for next year.
If they don't mutually agree, he walks.
Correct.
So therefore, so
He's essentially
would
a
the
free
best
agent
fans in
after this
baseball
year.
be happy with losing somebody who could have potentially brought you another couple of pieces or one piece or something that helps you in 2 or 3 years or it helps you for the next 4 years for Dustin May? He's not Roger Clemens. He's not Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
It's Dustin May.
Right. Yeah. I don't. I think we have different definitions of selling. You know, it doesn't have to be like selling the players that got you here just because we're in a rebuild. It could be a soft sell, so to speak, where they're just getting rid of some of the guys.
Like trading Jordan Walker.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
But that to me, like, he's an impact player. On trading Dustin May, it might move the needle, but it doesn't like permanently move it. For me,
I agree.
I wonder what Chaim Bloom's going to do, because I look at what he has done over the last few weeks, and to me, that is showing the fan base that he's won this team to compete. Like, they were struggling, and so he maneuvered, made some changes, brought some guys in. The offense you've seen the uptick in the offense. We just saw it this weekend. So I'm trying to wrap my head around, if the Cardinals are in the same position come the trade deadline, that you would just simply get rid of some of your better pitching.
What young players did he impact in a negative way with the moves that he's made so far? So every move Chaim Bloom has made, what has been the negative impact on your team or your development?
I don't think there's been any negative impact.
But I think that's the formula they want, is whatever they're doing as far as like an organization. They don't want it to be like ripping a great player away from the group for, a temporary fix with something else. Like the traditional going for it mentality.
I don't think you have to go for it, but you can still want to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
if we're in a rebuild season and this team is good enough to make the playoffs, that just means that you're one step ahead of, where you think you are.
So what do you do?
You don't sacrifice the future.
I don't think you have to be buyers, but I don't think you necessarily have to be sellers.
But wouldn't you? Okay, but if we're operating under the same pretense of, if you sell some of these guys, you don't care about winning this season. Couldn't I make the same claim of, well, if you're not a buyer, then you also don't care? Like, why
No, I don't think it's the same.
Why?
What kind of is?
Why?
Yeah.
Because this is
if you're good enough this season, you should add.
This is the group that I want to go to Lake Placid with. That's what I'm saying.
At the cost of next year or the year after?
But what is the cost?
Well, the cost is Dustin
You
May,
might get players that ultimately don't work out.
Dustin May, you might get nothing for. 0, he'll walk. And we'd had somebody here, well, you just QO him, but the QO is actually really, really high in order to keep his rights. And I don't see the Cardinals spending that money to get that first rounder they're talking about as far as the draft pick that they get in return. So I'm just wondering, like, at what point do you think about, is the juice worth the squeeze when thinking about you could potentially get players that help you in the now and then in the future, as opposed to, we're going to stick with Dustin May, and I'm just using him because JoJo's in this as well as far as a rumored player and whatnot. And I think Riley O'Brien's name has been tossed around before. I'm just wondering what ultimately you gain if you get into the playoffs. Let's say you lose the first wild card round. How did you advance the ball?
Right. I'm with you.
I don't know. And maybe Dustin May throws grease BBs between now and the trade deadline and we don't have to worry about this because the Cardinals are like, you know what? This guy's in our plans now. We actually like him. We see him as being able to be a piece of this team for the next couple of years while we still work with our young pitching staff.
Right.
But they better establish that before the trade deadline then.
Yeah.
I get it. You guys want to get rid of him.
No, I just want what's
That's
best
what
for
I
the
heard.
team, Marsh. I don't know why you don't care about the team.
Next Friday morning, June 19th, TMA, along with our radio friends from all 5 Hubbard stations, are set to team up to fill a truck for Operation Food Search with support from Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken and the Happy Roof Company. Stop by the station next Friday morning because TMA will be heading downstairs to broadcast live out front in our parking lot from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items. We'll be handing out donuts from Donut Drive-In while supplies last, and everyone who stops by will have a chance to enter to win a $500 grand prize. Now is a critical time to support as summers see a big drop in food donations. Get your food donations ready. Bring them by next Friday morning from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. with TMA and 101 ESPN out front of Hubbard, St. Louis, located at 11647 Olive Boulevard in Creve Coeur. Carey was looking at was checking out a video of Mike Brown, the head coach. Not that sort of video.
His office computer.
Video of head coach Mike Brown for the New York Knicks, and one of the things that he was talking about was making adjustments for players, so it can be tricky. But the way he said everything, broke it down, you wonder if more coaches should be doing it. It's next on 101 ESPN.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can hit the court with $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 straight days. FanDuel is the best place to bet all of your favorite players during the NBA Finals. Play your game any way you want. The NBA Finals have been outstanding. San Antonio Spurs taking on the Knicks tonight, and OG Anunoby might be the difference maker. We all know what Victor Wembanyama is and what he does. Karl Anthony Towns has been playing outstanding, and with FanDuel, when you bet, you get paid instantly when you win. So head to FanDuel.com/local to get $350 in bonus bets guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 straight days. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. Minimum $5 wager required for 7 consecutive days. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Mike Brown was talking recently via the NBA and Knicks about kind of making adjustments for his players, CD. And I know this is something that you had found initially, and when you were kind of pitching the idea to us, I thought there was a lot there.
Yeah, I was listening to Mike Brown talk, and he broke it down, I thought, perfectly about coaches, players, their roles, who's right, who's wrong, how to adapt, how to adjust, who needs to make those, adjustments. We were just listening to Jamie talk about Mike Babcock and his mindset and how he handles things and going after star players and what that does to a locker room. So this is Mike Brown talking about, Karl Anthony Towns and the adjustments and adapt how he had to adapt coaching him.
It's supposed to be like it is, like it was. He's a great player. I come in with a plan. Maybe the plan doesn't work. Who adjusts, him or me? Me. I adjust. The adjustment's not enough. Every once in a while, we're not on the same page. We talk about it. I adjust again. A little bit better. He's feeling good. We talk about it. Maybe we take a couple of steps backwards because what I did, he doesn't like, which is fine. It's my job as a coach to fit whatever scheme work we have on both sides of the floor to all of our players. And if you're a great player, I got to make a little bit more adjustments, or I got to give a little bit more than you do.
I thought that was outstanding.
Me too.
Like when you are a coach and you're coaching great players, it ain't about you, man. I understand your scheme and your game plan and how you want to implement things, but it's not about you. You don't have. No offense to any of the coaches. I've been a coach. Most people that can do and those that can't coach. Like when you get done, you're now coaching because you no longer can do it at that level, and you don't have the skill set or the talent that those guys have in that moment. Doesn't mean you didn't ever have it, but you don't have it currently. So you have to adjust and adapt how you go about your day to make sure that your best players are getting what they need in order for them to be the best players. Mm-hmm. I think Mike Brown has done a fantastic job. And hearing Jamie talk about Mike Babcock just kind of brought something to me. It's like, it's not about you. It's about the guys on the court, on the ice, on the field. How can you get the most out of them day to day so that they can have the best time, the easiest way to understand what exactly the scheme is, how to be the best version of themselves, and what do you do as a coach to make sure that happens? And I thought Mike Brown broke that down spectacularly.
Absolutely, yeah. And you would think that a lot more coaches would listen to that and kind of take that advice to heart. Now, you can't always just turn it over to your star players because sometimes they're not. That's not what they need. And I think, Carey, to your bigger point in saying it's not about you, it's okay. How can this current roster? How can I get the most out of this current roster, depending on what each guy needs?
Right.
And making adjustments isn't just about like, all right, well, how do you want to do it then? How do you want to do it? What do you want to do? And then just doing whatever that player says. The interesting part that he said, it was, well, okay, we come to the table, we tinker. What do you think? What do I think? Tinker. And it's a big process, too. It's use the regular season. And now this Knicks team is firing on all cylinders because of all the work that Mike Brown and his team did during the regular season, off the court, on the court. And look at them now. They're two wins away from a NBA Finals championship.
So I have learned so much post-career about coaching by running a business. I have learned so much because in the business world, not everyone, but a lot of people have options of where they work, especially for one of the companies I have where nobody's making millions of dollars. You can find another job that pays you X amount of dollars per hour if you don't like what we're doing here. And so, although I never felt like I was a prisoner of the employees or a prisoner of my players, I've always tried to push myself to be a great leader, create expectations, and create team unity where everybody has a say. So therefore, the team itself is built by all individuals. And by doing that, and then going on to coach even younger, athletes and whatnot, working my way up, and even working still to this day with NHL players, you're looking for buy-in. Mm-hmm. And it's just a fact. If people whether they're employees or they're your players, if they feel like they have skin in the game, they're going to give you more. Mm-hmm. They're going to continue to find ways to help the team win. And when things are going poorly, they're going to find ways to give more, to do more, because they know you have skin in the game and they do too.
Sure.
They can come into your office and talk to you and suggest different ways of doing things, suggest different ways of approaching certain individuals. Sometimes it's not even about them. You have people come in, sit in your office, whether you're a coach or you're a boss, and say, hey, Johnny over there, I'm with him a lot, and he doesn't respond well to this. What if you tried this? As long as you're thinking of what's best for the team. And so that's, before getting completely sidetracked, I think that's what he's suggesting is you're allowed to make adjustments and learn alongside the player or the employee without it being a sign of weakness.
Right.
And I think that's where coaches still to this day, certainly in the past, have gotten it wrong.
Right.
Where they think, like, I can't show weakness. It has to be my way or the highway. Like all this, like, bravado stuff. And then you end up, bouncing all over the place because you're fired because nobody likes you. And then your coaching style literally becomes obsolete.
Right.
So I like what he said there. I firmly believe in it.
That kind of goes along with the saying that I have been taught as a coach. They don't, your players don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
Like once they know how much you care about them as people, as players, as trying to then they care about how much you know. Now I have buy-in. You care about me. You want me to be successful. And I think that's what Mike Brown is talking about. We come to the table with a plan, and maybe we don't see eye to eye. Maybe we go forward, and then we take a few steps back because it's not working. And I think that also translates to what's happening with Jordan Walker. When we talked to Oli this offseason about that, it was an understanding of, okay, this doesn't work for you. How do we get, okay, now we're talking. Now we can have a plan that works for both of us. And now you're seeing the fruits of that labor.
And he also mentioned how Jordan had taken more control over his career.
Able to explain
so now Jordan knowing he has skin in the game.
Yes.
So, yeah, you're 100% right.
It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, and Anthony Stalter. We have Bet the Board coming up next. No Cardinal game tonight, so no beat the streak, but we'll do our Bet the Board, get some updated standings, and play it next on 101 ESPN.
America is turning 250 this year, and my friends over at Circus Sports, they want to celebrate all of that by offering users in Missouri $250. That's right, 250 free dollars. For everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Once you play through that deposit, Circus Sports is going to reward you with $250 right away, right into your account, so you can continue to have fun and bet on your favorite teams, player props, the parlays, whatever it is. Every night they've got great odds on their money lines. They have the best odds in all of Appland. Don't believe me, you download the other apps, check out the odds. You'll see that Circus Sports has the best odds. They also have high betting limits available. And they celebrate their winners. They don't cut you off or limit you or block you. No. If you're winning, they want you to continue to win. Circus Sports will celebrate right there with you. For more information on anything that I just talked about, please visit circusports.com. Again, that's circusports.com. Must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals are off today after sweeping the Cincinnati Reds over the weekend. They'll take on the New York Mets tomorrow with Dustin May on the mound. First pitch is at 6:10. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows there. That's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Tonight on 101 ESPN, we have Game 3 of the NBA Finals. It is the New York Knicks who lead that series 2-0 over the San Antonio Spurs. Pregame starts at 6:30. Tip-off is at 7:30. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Time to play Bet the Board here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, James Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Marsh, what are our latest standings there, kid?
All right, Anthony, you have tied me with 3 points. Atlanta wins on Friday. Carter Hart, I had the under 27.5 saves. That looked pretty nice until they decided to go to double overtime. I ended up losing on that one. Carey, you picked up a point thanks to Ronald Acuna Jr. And unfortunately for Jamie, Landry Shamet did not get the most points. He picked up 13, though.
He did. He had a good game.
He had a good game.
He had a really good game, man.
Guys, gonna tell you a quick story.
Yeah.
Okay. What's on your mind,
So
Jamie?
So Ashley and I, when we got engaged in Nashville, the song that the guy played was Boyfriend by a guy named Hardy.
Yeah.
Hardy happened to be here on Friday. Our good buddy Marty Brooks down the way says, hey, Jamie, got a great opportunity here to get Ashley and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We'll try to surprise her. You guys can meet Hardy before the show.
Oh, nice.
Roll up, have a couple beers with Hardy.
Cool.
He was an amazing dude.
Shout out
he
to
would
Hardy.
fit in perfect here with this group.
Nice.
Told him the story, loved it. We took some pictures. As I was taking a picture with Hardy and my beautiful bride-to-be, I felt a sharp pain in my anus. And I knew at that point you guys were playing Bet the Board. I knew. I don't know how. It was just a feeling. I was like, wow, what? That hurt.
It kicked?
Nah, it was worse than that. And felt different, that's for sure. Then I realized, I forgot my Bet the Board pick, and right now they're screwing me.
Yeah. What does this have to do with you taking
Landry Shamet? You texted it in.
Yeah.
Remember,
who that guy is. Okay, guys?
You said Landsanity, game 2.
Yeah.
No,
You don't
that's
remember
Linsanity.
you were talking to me in the hallway and you like, I got a feeling about this Landry Shamet. And I was like, really?
No.
He's like, yeah, he's going to go off tonight. I'm like, all right.
Okay, Jerry.
Your lips to God's ears.
What team does he play for?
The Knicks. You
Okay.
knew it.
I
You knew
did
he was
know
going to
that.
have a night. Landry?
If you
called him Landog in the hallway.
Listen, if you slept fine on Friday night, I'm happy for you, okay? I didn't. I had to sit on a donut for 3 days straight.
Landog.
Okay? I'm just
you
saying.
told me Landog in the hallway.
No, Gary, just wait.
I was shocked.
You just wait, Gary. You'll have your day. You'll have your day.
I was actually shocked that you didn't say anything when I texted to the group on Friday that he picked up his first 2 points of the evening.
Because they don't know who the hell it is.
No response.
You had him to have the most points in the game, Jamie.
You know exactly who he is.
Come on, man.
Make our damn picks. I'm done with this.
So what does Jamie have?
Jamie's at 0.
Oh, no.
So after, let's see here, after Lazan did not score the first goal of the game in game 2.
I'm surprised he didn't go back to that. So maybe we heard that you were thinking about it.
He thought about it. But I'm telling you, he was talking about Landog in the hallway, and I was like,
give you some kind of dog in the hallway, okay?
Okay.
What?
You want Landry Shamet?
Hot
You
dog?
can have him.
Maybe.
All right, so Anthony, you have 3 points. I have 3 points. Carey has 2. Jamie has 0.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take...
Well, hold on a second. I got the 3 points before you did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, no. I don't want you. I'm looking at this right now. Brewers Athletics. Brewers are minus 149. They're right there. I'm going to take them on the money line.
Okay, you're a jerk.
Were you going to do that?
No, sir.
Yeah, I was.
Jerk.
He was. Not me.
Or are you sure?
I'm positive.
You're going to take the Atlanta Braves tonight?
No. I'm going to say
Let the
not
man
even
make
playing.
his pick instead of giving him all the best ones. Jesus.
Are you looking at Miles Michaelis on the mound?
I'm going to say
there we go. That's
probably
better.
not.
I'm going to take
10
the Reds to score the first run tonight against the Padres at minus 145. They did so in all 3 games against the Cardinals. Lost all 3.
Nice.
But they're going to bat first tonight against Walker, Timmy Tight Pants Bueller. So I say
quite
they,
the same
I
there,
say
huh?
they do it again. Reds to score the first run tonight.
Bueller. Give me Ben Rice, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. At minus 115.
Old Ricer, huh?
Ben been playing well, man.
Why didn't
Picking up the
you take your Lando Calrissian? Where's he at?
By the way, as I refreshed the website, Miles Michaelis was scheduled to start against Logan Webb, and now Richard Lovelady is now penciled in. So,
Really?
yeah.
That's a difference maker.
He might be hurt.
Did that move the needle, Marshy?
It actually did. The Giants would have been over the threshold to win said game. They're now at minus 149.
So what did you pick, Anthony?
I picked the Reds to score the first run
Reds.
against
So
the
nothing
Padres.
to do with that game.
No, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I will go to that game. I like Logan Webb against Miles Michaelis at minus 149. Thank you, Marshy.
All right. Well, I feel good about the selections.
Yeah,
No.
man. Heck
mad.
yeah. Why are you mad?
Just in general.
Oh, don't be mad.
You can watch
Tell me
Land
what to
Dog
do.
tonight.
Yeah.
You can watch Land Dog tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'll be glued to the TV.
I know.
We know.
See what all the hubbub is about?
Yeah, give me them 3-pointers.
There you go. He shoots them, too.
Yeah.
He does.
He shoots them, right?
Yeah.
Who did? Was it Cat that got the?
At the most points?
Yeah.
No, it's Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, still
He had 29.
Yeah.
He was almost there, though.
He was.
Landry had 13.
13.
That's still a good
About
night.
halfway there, man.
That's a very good night.
Career high for him.
Landry was balling, man.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing how you just thought to yourself, hey, let's do this basketball. And then you chose kind of a long shot play.
Jamie gets it, man.
He does. He wants a challenge.
He loves the game,
Yeah,
man.
you know, I like to challenge myself all the time with these picks, especially when I don't know who these players are or what team they play on.
Yeah.
He loves the game, man.
Those are the
It
ones.
might have been, well, no, it wasn't his highest points. He had 23 against the Lakers earlier this year.
So his season high still
Was
not.
that during the NBA
still not
tournament,
admit
maybe?
Well, no, his season high, he had 36 against the Heat. Man, the guy's a baller, man. Jamie, you
hope to slow this guy down.
Yeah, man. Landry get rolling, knocking those threes down.
Watch him have the most points tonight.
He might.
That would be so brutal.
Oh, no. That would be rough. All right. Well, when we come back, we'll have criticisms and compliments and our 3 stars of the day as we wrap things up next in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
All right, Mosby.
Well, the laundry room should not feel like the most frustrating part of the house, but for a lot of homeowners, it sometimes does. Look, cramped spaces, no storage, piles on every surface, carrying baskets up and down basement stairs, depending on where your washer and dryer are located. You know, a room that just doesn't seem like it works the way it should. That's why it's a great time to call Mosby Building Arts. Laundry makeover can completely change the flow of your daily life with better storage, better lighting, more workspace, and a layout that finally makes sense for your home and the way it functions. And this June, qualifying laundry projects come with a free washer and dryer. So you can upgrade that space with the help of the experts of Mosby Building Arts and get a free washer and dryer. Maybe you just purchased a washer and dryer within the last few years, so that's something that you don't need. No problem. Different solution for you. Throughout the month of June, this June, homeowners can choose 5% off their entire laundry room project instead. So again, qualifying laundry room projects with Mosby Building Arts come with a free washer and dryer, or homeowners can choose 5% off their entire project. Here's how to qualify. Just visit callmosby.com, set up a free brainstorming session, or Dial 314-909-1800 before June 30th of this year. And Mosby Building Arts will give you the free washer and dryer with that qualified laundry room project. Or, again, homeowners can choose the 5% off instead. That phone number, 314-909-1800. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company. Miss anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tower Notice Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All of our podcasts brought to you by Schaefer Tool Company. All right, Marsh, why don't you hit us with those criticisms and compliments?
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, from the 314, love listening to you guys every day. Everyone have a great night.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Very much.
The Waterboy texted in, it is hard for some people listening on the radio to tell you guys apart. Maybe if you wore name tags, that would help. JK, fire up Landry.
Yeah. Fire him up.
Attaboy, KD. You know, Andrew.
Curb Stomp says the start of the week as a whole, Jerry calling CD KD has been a banger. What I learned today is that you guys are the first All-Stars, not Oli.
Oh, no. Let's credit Oli. I mean, come on.
After what Ollie's gone through, he really deserves this opportunity.
No doubt.
This is quite random from Biscuit. It says, compliment. Never forget we love you, Stalter. Even on days you don't make yourself look stupid. Love you less in those days, but love you nonetheless. Then says, well, wait, nonetheless doesn't really make sense in that statement I just made, does it?
Okay. Are they having a stroke?
All I hear is that I'm loved. So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Grant Francis Fan Club, 3 as-a-holes of the day. Mike
you call
Babcock. Mike Babcock, Selkie voters, whoa, and NBA segments.
You watch it, Grant Francis Fan Club.
Wow. Never been more right.
You watch it. Yeah. Watch your darn mouth. You know what I mean? It's NBA Finals time. Brother.
We're talking.
When does that start?
Same time as the Stanley Cup Final.
Oh, man.
Well, it starts at 7:30. Pregame starts at 6:30 right here on 101 ESPN.
There you go. Yeah.
In case you miss it, you can listen to it, Jamie.
You can watch your favorite player now.
I mean, if I can't watch basketball, one thing I definitely want to do is listen to
You want to watch it.
I'll be right here on the 101 ESPN.
We need to get this guy a Landry Shamet jersey.
Yes,
Give him a
please.
jersey.
From Jersey.
What school? Wichita State.
Wichita State.
Yeah, the people
The
that
Shockers.
really know.
Oh, Wichita State.
Yeah, the people that really know about Wichita.
Yeah.
would
The
call it-
Shockers.
would call
Yeah,
it
baby, let's go.
Wichita.
Wichita.
Yeah.
Wichita State. Some would call it.
Yeah.
Two people for sure.
Yes.
Grant Francis Fan Club says, I'll allow one NBA segment a day without complaints, but when there's 2, great show, though, joking aside.
Yeah, it's 1.5.
Come on, man.
One was a full breakdown.
Yeah, one was more about coaching.
Yeah, one was
Yeah,
coaching,
so I
which
didn't
I
mind
feel like people enjoy.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Jamie. Grady from earlier texted in, I say one of the stars should be that Jamie had the awareness to say my lovely bride when talking about her. Solid move, bro.
Yeah,
There you go.
You never know when she's listening. Just don't. You know, Anthony?
Sure. Yeah.
Got to build up that bank account of
It goes
like
quickly.
positive things.
Yeah.
Because then every now and then you do something really stupid and it's a huge withdrawal.
Yes.
You don't want to be overdraft at that point.
Feel like I often am.
Yeah. And down that road. So I try to invest daily.
Good for you.
Buy land.
Not making it anymore.
314 says, Andrew Stalter, you are loved.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You are.
And the 618 says, keep up the NBA talk. I love it.
There you go, 618.
Go 618.
Honorably, Illinois. Number.
ILL.
I and I.
There you go. Real hoopers. Real hoopers.
Yeah,
no.
they are.
Go Big Orange.
Real hoopers, no.
That's right.
Rise up, chips.
It's fire up, Chips.
Rise up, Orange.
Go Illini. Oh, man.
I don't think they. Oranges don't rise up.
If they're in the ground, you can't pick them, can you? You got to rise up at some point.
They're from trees.
Yeah,
They
the tree
rise
underground? Or does it rise up above the ground? It rises up
think
so the
that's how
oranges can
that-
thrive, okay,
I don't-
guys? The hell's wrong with you?
think that's
Imagine if you
how it
planted the
works.
seed upside down, it would grow into the ground, and then what? Nobody could get oranges.
The trees walk
And
so
then
the
what would
oranges can
Illinois be
run.
without oranges?
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah.
What is the chant? It's CMU, fire up chips. Isn't that how it goes? Like
No, it's great
MIZZOU.
to be a Central Michigan man.
That's
It's great
Michigan, and you
to
know
be
it.
A Central Michigan man.
Look, it's just.
FU, CMU. Isn't that it? Isn't that it? Fire up? Central Michigan? No, that's not it.
I think if you go to I think if you go to Western Michigan, it's that. Yeah. It's pretty good, Jamie. Not going to lie. It's pretty good.
That's not it? gonna get T-shirts made.
F-U-C-M-U.
FU-CMU. Fire up,
Central
Chips.
Michigan.
There you go.
Let's go.
That had to get him fired up for sure. I like that one. Get you a Central. We gotta get an FUCMU shirt. We're gonna wear it when Central Western Weekend is when we're gonna wear them.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, I don't know how it even got in there.
Oh, I do.
Just all of a sudden, it's there.
No, I know how it got there.
Sorry, man.
Oh man,
Way better than the real slogan. I mean, that's what you get, Mac.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day. Presented by Circuit Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book. Now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, third star of the day goes
Man
to
survived hockey. Not coworker.
Was run over repeatedly by a Nissan Pathfinder.
Which you can find at Autocenter's Nissan on her. Save one, driven.
Free car wash is available.
oh my goodness.
All right, I'm going to give our third star of the day to whatever that was that just occurred.
Oh, man.
So that is our third star.
Yeah.
Our second star of the day goes out to goats that escape.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Not scapegoats, but those goats that escape.
Or do you guys think he's an escape goat? Wait, what?
In our first star of the day, some people are comparing him to Tarzan, but I think he's more of a Disney princess.
Yeah,
and that goes out to Jamie and all his little critters.
Nice job.
Oh, thank you.
No kidding. Anytime Jamie's around, it's these animals come out of the woodwork. And they seem to just nuzzle right up to him.
Uh-huh.
No sightings of the deer, right?
No, the deer's been seen.
Okay.
Yeah, seen walking around. A couple other people took pictures of the deer and whatnot. So Doug the deer is thriving.
Oh, we've named him now?
Yeah, I called him Doug that one day.
Doug.
I wasn't supposed to name him because Ashley was like, once you name it, man. I'm like, well, I named him anyway.
He's
Doug.
yours.
It's Doug. Doug the deer.
Double D.
Doug the deer.
Who doesn't love that?
Doug.
We all do.
Oh, man. All right.
Yep.
Well, it's been a fun show today, especially for a Monday. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Of course, you can listen to the Knicks Spurs pregame, 6:30 tip-off at 7:30. The Spurs win tonight, boys, and the Knicks go up 3-0.
Knicks.
Who's my favorite player again?
Landry Shamet.
Let's go, Shammy.
Yep.
I think the Spurs win tonight. I think they get one. A lot of, you can't be too comfortable if you're a Knicks fan.
Can't get fooled again.
I think the Spurs get one tonight.
Okay. Very pivotal game for both teams. Spurs need to cut into that deficit. Knicks put themselves in a spot where they're just one win away. How about that? Wow. Vegas Golden Knights versus the Hurricanes tomorrow. Pregame right here on 101 ESPN at 6:30. Puck will drop at 7. That'll do it for us. For Andrew Marsh, for Carey Davis, for Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter, and we will see you.